Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Twitchy94, and today is the final marathon live stream for One Piece. Above my head, we have chapters 1113 through 1122 today. I did hear that 1113 is fire, or at least it will provoke a lot of conversations, let's just say. I almost can't believe in 3 days I caught up in 10 months worth of backlog for this series. It's almost insane. Okay, so what happened the last set of chapters that I read? It was a showcase of the Gorosei, the Five Elders, whatever you want to call them. These guys are demons. They're immortal. They look sort of like Zoan devil fruits, but they might just be devils. And they are very much trying to stop this plan post-death of Dr. Vegapunk, because he has a message to share with the world, and I don't know what it is. It could be any number of things. I think it's something to deal with the Void Sentry that he found out when he was researching that robot. That robot, upon hearing Nika's heartbeat, I think, is the resonance needed in order to power up the eternal flame within. And yes, I do know of some Bonnie things in this particular set of chapters. So we'll just take it as it is. I, right now, feel pretty good about it, but it depends on the explanation given. So, without any further delay, let's get into chapter 113 of One Piece. All right, he is just killing it with these color pages. Robin's playing chess with the Straw Hats. That's very cool. All right, you got bishops, you got rooks, pawns, knights. This is adorable. The king is a fighting piece. This might be one of my favorites as well. I really love the jellyfish one from a few chapters ago. But just seeing multiple choppers and all these various armors is a nice touch. Based on a reader request, the Straw Hats as chess pieces with Robin as the player by Man Who Loves Yamato. So do I. The greatest brain in the world, Punk Records. Well, it's been such a short time that the coffee's not even cool yet, but are they all set up with their video transponder snails by now, I wonder? 30 seconds to go, Stella. I feel a bit nervous knowing this is going all over the world. It lives on, even after your death. Is this you, Vegapunk? Oh, his actual brain. Oh, good God. This is the memory. Like all of his memories. What is death exactly? Where do our ideas truly reside? Video will one day connect the entire world. It will mean knowing and the discomfort of being known. As he goes to step on the transponder snail? Savage. What? If it's not at Kaya's house, then no one in the village has one. Visual transponder snails are quite large, you know. Syrup Village, Usopp's home, East Blue. All right, back to the single page read. It's like taking care of a very big pet. Why don't I put on some tea? Dr. Vegapunk's had a huge influence on the world of medicine, too. I know, right? Like you'd know anything about that. Pepper, carrot, read a book. If you didn't know, Dr. Vegapunk is... I got a cough today, guys, so just bear with me. Should be starting any moment now. Twin Capes with Labon. Futureland, Baltimore, Vegapunk's home. He was born here? That's right, he's the pride of Baltimore. Oh, the one from the Nightmare of Baltimore? Nope, that was Frankie, and he's a ship now. It's been decades since I saw Vegapunk. Birdie Kingdom, Chopper's training grounds, South Blue. People are talking about the island where Tanukichi is. Goa. Vegapunk's the father of modern science, but many of his advances are used for weapons. Pirate Island full of lead, New World. Would you all pipe down? Vega, whoever is about to speak. Who? Stop trying to distract me from the fact that you rigged this game. Na, 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 na. Can you all hear me? Egghead, New World. Test, test. Hello? This is Vegapunk. Oh, it turned into a different snail? Interesting. Hello, world. Just a regular transponder snail? Not only does he hide it, he fools us with decoys. Got him! Curse you, Vegapunk. Come in, world. It's a one-sided hijack of the waves, Stella. I know that. Well, in that case, let's get this message started. Yeah, about time. What's about to happen? What is it? Go back to sleep. A very important man's going to tell us something. It's not stopping, Mars. I'm sorry. Vegapunk has concocted a robust security system to prevent the transmission from being stopped. I don't know what he knows or what he intends to say, but York claimed that he had carried on O'Hara's research, the goat. So he refuses to go out like Clover, eh? Does he mean to avenge O'Hara's loss? What is it, Vegapunk? I can hear it. The sound of Bonnie's voice, begging for my help. Who's that? Jewelry Bonnie. You shall not have the Navy's might. Get back, Bonnie. Wait, Frankie. Huh? The only ones who get to score points with Bonnie is me. All right, so we got sword. This is a very kind of, I don't want to say crude panel, but it's a little bit messy. But Sanji just kicked the sword of the Gorosei, that is the Centaur Swordsmaster. Did you think the elderly get special treatment? This is how pirates fight. Chomp. Oh, no. Sanji! What is that? I have committed 2 sins. He's starting. Hold it down, Oimo. You got it, Kashi. All right, so at least the Giants are helping out. Stella. Distorted future. Who is that? Is it Jewelry Bonnie? Giant like future. Bruh. Therefore, whether I am arrested or executed, I shall program this message to be broadcast when my heart stops beating. Saboti Archipelago? What? You mean Vegapunk is already dead? That can't be right. In the news this morning, it said that he was being held hostage by the Straw Hat crew. Huh? Shut up. You gotta be kidding me. We're trying to drag you off your ivory throne, and you... That's a good callback to the series of cover stories with Vegapunk and Judge. So I really like that they showed his reaction, their reactions to that news. You can't just give away the story to the entire world. How am I going to sell my papers? However, I want to make one thing very clear first. Whoever may have rendered their judgment onto me, I am not trying to convince you that their intent is evil. I will not apply the labels of good and evil at all, in fact. Go away! Because I understand too little about him to begin with. Vegapunk. Move! I have no time to deal with the likes of you! That voice. I see. That is quite an audacious hypothesis. He's the one that killed Professor Clover. Nico Robin, the woman Akainu let slip between his fingers. The man is soft. The five elders. Huh? What? Protect Robin! Woo! Bro, they are just barely saving her. We'll do whatever it takes. Be gone, you miserable worms. What I am about to tell you is so preposterous, you might even burst into laughter. It's no use. There are too many transponder snails in the lab. It seems there are no unique signals. Is it kind of like I don't want to say like a hive mentality, but a hive structure to where all you need is one transponder snail alive in order to transpond the message? Yeah, that's the phrase. Or alternatively, it could be within one of the satellites or all of them. Think, York. Think. Think, Mark. Think. Or you won't get to be a celestial dragon. I'm Vegapunk too. Where would I hide it? However, you all have the right to know. What happens if we destroy the power plant? Don't. We can't afford the loss of all the ships and sailors surrounding the island. But no one will be able to create the mother flame anymore. To make a long story short, the world as we know it will sink into the sea. Huh? I'm not like overwhelmed with this reveal because it was expected, right? As soon as we saw, what's the name of the ship in Fishman Island? The Ark. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, I kind of assumed that the world was heading in that direction anyway. It's nice that Vegapunk is confirming it. So again, I don't know the information that he knows, and this isn't the full explanation by any means, but still. All right, we got 3 people watching. As some of you may have noticed, I have been coughing, so I'm going to need to take a quick break for some rehydration. Okay, let's get into 1114 next. 1114, The Wings of Icarus. I love that chapter title. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 4. Go enshrine this sword at Hakumai Senma Shrine in Yasui's stead. That is your surrogate pilgrimage. All right, so she's going there. Then she goes back. Okay. Navy HQ, New World. The world will sink under the sea? Dr. Vegapunk, what are you talking about? Kainu's got that RBF face. Mocktown. Yeah! Wow! Now that's funny. So he decides when he dies, he's gonna go out throwing the world into chaos? How exactly is the entire world gonna sink underwater, man? Water 7, they are literally saying this on a daily basis. Around here, we believe him. But the whole world? He's not talking about high and low tides, is he? All right, impel down. Doflamingo. Oh, that's rich. What if seawater floods down into impel down? Isn't it your job to ensure the safety of the prisoners under your care, Magellan? That 1 meter rise the other day had the prison panicking. How many meters does it take to sink the whole world? Good question. But it'll probably involve destroying the Grand Line, which may or may not be the reset or may not be living. Most cities in the world will be wiped out with an extra 5 meters of water. What do you think? Should we all move to much higher ground? Ryugyu Kingdom, Fishman Island. Chichiwe! What is going to happen? Whale. It just sounds so absurd. Future Island Egghead. What is he talking about? This is coming from the world's greatest scientist. He can wreak havoc on the world even with a lie. This is utter nonsense, Dr. Vegapunk. No, it's not. Destroy the transmission transponder snail. In fact, destroy any life form you can hear. Everything else is secondary. Huff, huff, dun 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 dun. How much are you going to tell them, Stella? Now, speaking of the near future for me, assuming that the sensors I built are functioning correctly, in the days after I record this message, there should be a most remarkable earthquake that strikes the entire planet. Huh? Is he talking about the earthquake from today? Oh, what up? Have not seen you in a while. But Vegapunk's already dead, supposedly. As a result of that, the sea should rise about 1 meter around the world, rendering some islands uninhabitable. Huh? Was that a prophecy? Beaches around the world will be lost for good. If I am wrong in this prediction, wow, the long ring old man on the stilts. Did not think I'd see him ever again. Feel free to disregard the rest of this message. How? That's freaky, man. He totally nailed it. If this has happened, however, you should heed my words very carefully. This particular earthquake is not exactly what I would call a natural phenomenon. Eek! Gah! Vegapunk! Don't you dare say another word! Go away! Ah! In my own way, I only ever hoped for peace. Ow! Yahoo! Oog. Alright, Chopper fluffed up. Then he got stabbed or stepped on. Don't. Begone, thought. Alright, double spread. But this was the root of my first sin. What about the power plant, Mars? Not yet. That chamber must not be harmed above all else. I will go. I dreamt of a source of endless, eternal energy. And in my desire to push the world forward into the future, the mother flame. I flew too close to the sun. Mother flame. Destroy every last sign of life. Not that one either. All right, this dude's just playing whack-a-moles with snails in the lab. Allow me to explain. It's no good. That didn't work. Just what it is. We can't even make that thing so much as flinch. Yow! That's hot. Yeah! That is happening to our world. Hurry before we get roasted alive. From about 900 years ago to 800 years ago, a period of a century, there is a span of history that is completely and entirely blank. See Emu's silhouette? What are you doing, Navy? Make him stop talking! We call this the Void Century because all records from this time were eliminated. The only means to know this lost piece of history. An execution is too good for him. Bring me his body. I'll mutilate the corpse. Void Century? What is that? Is to find a message from the past in the form of poneglyphs scattered across the world. And daddy she, daddy she, and decipher its contents. Who is that at the very bottom? Someone with a hat. Oh, I guess that's Saul looking up, but I don't know why you would show his silhouette and then show him in the next one. It's fine. Well, long ago, there were 20 kings who got together and they created the world. Mayor Poodle! Poodle? Doesn't that man know that? What do you think? Chow chow. Ruff! However, the world government has made it a crime of the highest order to decipher the message of the poneglyphs. And despite being a member of the government itself, I broke this law. That was my second sin. Through the sheer tenacity of a group of excellent archaeologists, I inherited some text and a number of poneglyphs, which I have deciphered. Zoro Jimmy! And continued studying to the best of my ability. I regret none of this. History, you see, tells a story. Wait, something moved. Zerp. Huh? Look. Are the clouds expanding outward? Puff, puff. So when Edison said he would make sure we touched down on water, did he mean, oh, good point. If the clouds stretch farther out, we can reach the sea. Huff, huff. Now get off this island, Straw Hats, and don't let the world government lay a finger on you. Oh, he's being stepped on, isn't he? In other words, what I know is an incomplete story of that 100-year void. It would be dishonest to fill in the blanks with my own speculation. So I will leave you only with the verified truth. Hey, Straw Hat, don't push your luck. The main character of this story was born into a kingdom with an impossibly advanced civilization 900 years ago. This one'll hurt ya. Like the sun god Nika spoken of in Elbath legend, he fought with a body that stretched and contracted. His name was Joy Boy. Hey, stop trying to make us laugh. Because it's on fire. Oh, and I think the boar's power is fire. If that pretty much confirms it at this point. And he was the very first man on the sea to be called a pirate. All right, getting some Joy Boy stuff here today. I'm pretty sure. Man, they are really pressed. And I really hope this doesn't get cut off and we get blue balled for some information reveal. Yeah, the fishmen. Yeah, they're sitting great. All right, another water break. Okay, one bottle out of 3 down. And we are on to the third chapter of today. Chapter 1115, Pieces of a Continent. Ogre Child, Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 5. Hiyori and Otoko are packing me a bento lunch. Adorable. Love it. Capital Flower Wano. I can't believe this gets signals from abroad. But as for why he was called a pirate, Orochi had it in the castle. So Joy Boy was a pirate? He sounds just like Luffy. You've heard of him, my lord? Aww, they're just living life. The Brig, Navy Base G4. Former fake Luffy? Wow! Joy Boy, I don't believe he's stronger than our captain. Right, Captain Kid? They are not impersonating another pirate crew. You bums. Leave the guy alone. He's already dead. Oh. Ooh, child. I was not expecting that. Damn, Oda. You know what? I don't believe that he's dead, but the fact that he said that, it would make it so much better if he were dead. Damn. Okay, continuing on. That's the captain we love and admire. Kid's the most generous guy around. There's no way that I'm weaker than Joy Ball. Boy! Gonk. I have only read from a handful of poneglyphs, but what I found there was the record of a breathtakingly vast war. Joy Boy's enemy was the world government of the present day. Wait, is that us? Are we the baddies? If he was a pirate, that checks out. Vegapunk! More accurately, it was the precursor to the world government, a provisional army put together by 20 kingdoms known as the Alliance. Bro, this guy is just conquer hockeying all these snails to death. You might say they had no other choice. So robust was Joy Boy's faction. I was looking at that panel down below. His silhouette no me devil fruit goes crazy still. Without knowing the spark that caused the war, I won't say who was right or wrong. I'll simply state that two competing ideologies came head to head. As I mentioned earlier, for its time 900 years ago, the country of Joy Boy's birth, Zou, New World. This would be so amazing if it was a fisherman. And with all of the discrimination, before I turn the page, so I'm still on page 4, with all the discrimination that species, that those people have encountered over the years, I'm not going to name them all, but you know the heartbreak. It would just be poetic in a sense if Jinbei, the first son of the sea, was a representation of his captain, who is the re-embodiment of Joy Boy / Nika, the sun god. So I think initially the two competing ideologies was that there was discrimination in the Alliance, whereas there was acceptance and equality in the Advanced Kingdom. Now, the reason why I say that is because with technology, all of your differences, all of your weaknesses, all of your shortcomings can be improved upon. Say, for example, if we just talk strictly from a biological perspective, Anyone that needs glasses. These are not prescription, even though I have issues with my eyes. But imagine if you could put on a pair of goggles to someone and then give them the same sight that everyone else with normal eyes has. Or if you get your arm chopped off, a prosthetic that's just as good, if not better, than what you had previously. And you would be able to, again, with the fishmen coming up to the surface, with humans going down beneath the seafloor, so many different possibilities for science and technology to equal the playing field. So, tangent aside, let's keep going. Was a startlingly advanced civilization. I also can't talk today. And the weapons that were used over the course of this 100-year conflict appear to be impossible to recreate with the latest of modern science. That's amazing. Hoi, 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 hey! Bum! What nonsense is this? He's talking peanuts. Eek, boss, I'm starving. Even I, a humble genius, cannot replicate them. Psst, what's he bragging about? Paw. And therein lies the problem. Labo phase. Stussy, wheeze. Huh? It's me. Edison? Lower the barrier and run for safety. What? I can't. If anything happens to the Straw Hats before they can leave, honestly, there ain't much point to the barrier anymore. Huff. If it can't stop these guys from getting past it, I mean, he's got a point. I've done all I can to help the Straw Hats make their escape. They can take it from here. Are you on your way, Jinbei? Sorry, almost there. Don't apologize, Jinbei. Was that you I heard saying something, Zoro? I'm gonna smack you after this. Don't. Hurry! More ships are gathering around the northeast coast. We don't want to land on the water only to get bombarded to bits. That's a relief. Stella would be so upset with me if I didn't help them get away. Nah, he wouldn't. Now get out of there. But I don't know what to do. Huh? Without Stella around anymore, who do I live for? The life of a clone, man. Wouldn't ever want to be told I was a clone, but who would I ever be a clone of? Come on now. Don't let him use that katana. The old geezer can cut through anything. Yo. Bio response detected. Bonnie. Look out, Bonnie. Yeah. Okay, also, in a giant form, you are a giant target. Do not do that. Especially versus someone like a swordsman. They can just slice and dice you. No pun intended. Ah! Oh, the mast of the giant ship got cut off. Woo! That's a clean panel. Can't hold that future form for long. Wheeze. The Void Century came to a close with the defeat of Joy Boy. How long must you jabber on? Vegapunk? Where's he going? Okay, there's cutting a frozen wave of a tsunami. And then there's cutting a goddamn island in half. Fucking chilled, Baldy. Obnoxious bio response. But not before leaving vast, permanent scars of war across the face of the world. Huh? All right, all of the Seraphins. Ah! The world is made up of a series of islands. Sailing between them is difficult, and many people never experience anything but their own culture at home. Yeah, duh. Everyone knows the sea is dangerous, but this shared understanding of the world. Yeah! Let me grab my katana. Boom! Gotta pull it out for the boys. Does not necessarily apply to the world of 1,000 years ago because a cataclysm occurred during the Void Century, causing the world to sink once before. We are currently living on the pieces of a continent that existed long ago. Nani? The world of a millennium ago now slumbers unseen at the bottom of the sea. That is a crazy looking sea animal in the background. In fact, one can assume that in the past, there were a number of continents we know nothing about. This is also wild. Where are you going, Nojiko? The world's in danger. You can tell me about it later. I'm going to check on the tangerine groves. Nojiko, if the world were still the same as it... Oh, this is upside down. Whoopsie. If the world were still the same as it was in the past, then the act of erasing 100 years of history would be simply unthinkable and impossible. However, it makes much more sense when you understand that the rise in the sea level over that century was 200 meters. Oh my God, 200 meters! These gigantic battleships are only 60 meters long. No wonder the whole world vanished. Hey, don't get distracted by the story. Cypherpole and the Seraphim came falling down to ground level. We gotta rescue them. Did you hear that? The man's still lying. The old coot's cracking me up. No way any of that is true. Cherry Blossom Kingdom? How does such a thing happen? He. There's still so much to learn about the world. That mountain over there is just about 200 meters tall. Imagine the sea rising that high. It sounds like hell. How many people must have died? It was a culling. That's the answer. As for why the sea level rose so much during that century, it would be natural to assume the work of a sudden natural disaster. But I can state for a fact that this was a man-made disaster. That's just crazy. Shut up, Morgans. If such a cataclysm were caused by natural forces, then the initial disaster would have spanned several centuries and inflicted slow but continual damage upon the world. But by any measurement, climatology, geology, environmental, and atmosphere science, this dramatic shift could not have happened within a single century. So the cause is something else. And when I detected the rise in worldwide sea levels the other day, I had my answer. When Lugia got wiped off the map, I knew the cause and confirmed its existence. The ancient weapons that sank the world into the sea 800 years ago still exist today and await the moment that they stir once again. In other words, the vast war that arose during the Void Century never came to an end. Ain't that the truth? And I think that's because Nika, while he lost, he did not lose the war. So, in some form or fashion, what I'm thinking is that the devil fruits might have spawned from Joy Boy's body. And because of that, these other demons of the Alliance, or the Gorosei as we know them now, they must have felt betrayed by this individual, by Joy Boy. Because when they say they have conflicting opinions, my thought is that they shared some sort of common experience. And this common experience might have been Joy Boy might have been able to bring joy to the people by giving out devil fruits. But then Emu and the Alliance, they sank the world, the previous world, so that they would be able to kill off all the remaining devil fruit existences of Joy Boy. Now, with Nika, or with, I slipped up already, with Luffy having Nika's devil fruit, it just makes me think that that was maybe the primary devil fruit of a Joy Boy. So let's see if you guys are talking about anything in the chat. Yeah. So basically, Joy Boy and or Emu are probably fishmen. I agree, Avante. That panel of the Centaur Gorosei is raw. I fully agree. All right, that's enough of a monologue. I will rehydrate, then be right back. Okay, 11:16. Inner conflict. I'm not reading that full thing again. Volume 6, Otsuru gave me medicine and dumplings. The weapons that sank the world into the sea are still lurking around somewhere. The war from 800 years ago is still ongoing. Where? How could any of them still be alive? How can this war still be ongoing if no one knows about it? That looks like the original Lily. Did Emu lose his girl to Joy Boy? Question mark? Explain, Vegapunk. Sadly, she's gone. I owe you all my deepest apologies, but I need you to understand why. Cobra officially being put to rest. I wanted to create the energy that would power the industry of the world to come. And though it is still incomplete, all right, let's get this double spread going. I have last reached a practical stage of my life's work. The Mother Flame, a fire that never goes out. It is an energy source that will one day in the future enrich the lives of people all over the world. Unfortunately, one little piece of the flame has been stolen by who? The man marked by fire? The fault of this lies entirely with me. Cipher poles in the center of the island? The flames are too intense. We can't get there. There's some major shaking going on up here. What happened, Edison? I'm kind of stunned too. This is crazy. The basement lab of the Labo phase and the cipher pole agents fell down here. And now I can't send more island clouds up to the Straw Hats. Fell down? What do you mean, fell down? One of those crazy 5 elders is heading your way. Please, Stussy, you gotta run. May I free Kaku, Edison? Huh? They might be punished for their actions. I won't let him go after the Straw Hats, and I know the first thing he'll do if he's released. I get it, Stussy. I'm sorry for putting you through this. He was a friend, wasn't he? I'm sorry for making you betray that friendship. But you still went ahead and saved us. I know you wish you could have been true to both. That kind of inner conflict is a calling card of humanity, Stussy. Follow your heart and do whatever it takes to survive. I will. Around 2 weeks after the theft of the flame, the sky over Lelugia shone with a powerful light. I think I did potentially call that. Man, I'm going to have to go back, and I'm talking like 2 or 3 computers ago back, because that's how long ago I initially reacted to the Lelugia destruction. And the kingdom vanished without a trace, according to reports. After that was when I observed the first signs of worldwide earthquakes. As a scientist and with utmost pride in its development, I can tell you this. That was an ancient weapon? You mean someone did that to Lelugia? Nothing but the mother flame could have created so much energy. Lelugia's gone? Not to my knowledge, Majesty. We'll go find it. Yes, sir. The flame that I created was used to activate an ancient weapon, Uranus. I know nothing about who might have carried this out, but the results speak for themselves. My actions have led, directly or indirectly, to the loss of many human lives, a fact that weighs most deeply upon my soul. I am so sorry. I have inadvertently proven that the man-made disaster that once sank the world is possible again. No, Vegapunk, it's not your fault. What? Does that mean Pluton is... Shh! Hush, Lord Momonosuke. In the past, there were 3 ancient weapons, and Joy Boy attempted to preserve them for the future. Why would he do that for such dangerous things? Have we not sunk far enough? Who is the true evil here, and who fights the good fight? The day will come when all of the answers are laid bare. You're going to choke yourself, you old fool. Chomp, 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 chomp. He's stress eating. I feel that. And I warn you, that moment will happen when we reach the very precipice of the world's drowning. The Void Century is still ripe with mystery. However, there are some who have learned the truth. You're really going to tell them everything, Vegapunk? The king of the pirates' crew? What? Pirates? Why? Okay, Laboon. Why are the secrets of the world in the hands of pirates? We're all in terrible danger. Hey, wait, that doesn't make sense, Stella. How did you know that I stole the mother flame from you? I stopped synchronizing. You couldn't have known. And I know you're terrible at lying and acting. You were truly shocked when you found out. York, was this all you're doing? You received the information about Lelugia and then observed the data? What does that mean? When? The timeline doesn't add up. Do you know about the government's response? But if that's the case, I've been wrong all along. He wouldn't do anything as tepid as just hiding the transmission transponder snail. 5 elders, I know where the transponder snail is. You're certain? Absolutely. I'm Vegapunk too, you know. The transmission transponder snail is under protection of the Iron Giant in the Fabrio phase. Nothing's working on it. When they learned all of the true history, why did they drift apart without telling anyone? Why didn't they act on it? Hey, Ray, you've had too much to drink. It's not like you to be this wiped out. Ugh, I'm just an old man now, and you're telling them too much, Vegapunk. Don't be a fool. Us old folks should keep our secrets. Clink. Don't rob the youngins of all the fun. Right, Roger? My man is sauced up. Woo! Yeah, that was the impression about Akainu, which it almost seems like because he knows the truth of the world, he is obligated, maybe by his inner devil fruit, or they have someone very close to him held hostage eternally, to be in the position and make the choices that he's making. He doesn't seem like he has full agency over his actions, because a lot of the things that he's doing, although he does do them, it doesn't seem like he ever takes joy out of the situation. He's always got a scowl on his face. Man, I felt like I was reading for like years with this chapter. My God, Oda knows how to talk. All right, let me get some more water and I will get into 1117. Okay. 1117, just the letter A? What? All right, I'll pay my respects to the code of the Yakuza before I go. So what's he saying, huh? That there's buried treasure on the seafloor all around the world? Don't be stupid. You think the whole world was the city of gold? And it's 200 meters down. How will you get there? You'll be a CB snack. I don't know. I've heard that there are ships that can go underwater. It'll be easier to make friends with a mermaid. You got the money for that? Now there's a tempting idea. Sorry, I read that out of order. No. Descendant. Grand Line. That's long before Nolan's day. What a tale. Look. Ready for another dive? Now this is the stuff of dreams. Woohoo! Okay. Previously, quick tangent. I was talking to Vontae and Sherm, and I think I said that this series will likely go on for another 5 years. This feels like Oda's wrapping up some loose ends. Like, without a doubt, he is moving this thing more steadily forward than I think he ever has in the past, which I love. But I feel like I'm going to start to get really emotional, especially once we get done with Elbath, to where we're finally in the end game. I know this is the final saga, but there's not going to be much more after Elbath. I don't think. Navy G5 General Hospital. Are you all right, Kobe? So is he saying that the One Piece is... It sure is a lot to take in, huh? I feel like I'm going to pass out. I need to jot all of this down later. My mind can't keep up. The captain's recovering well, but he wants to be alone. This appears to be leading us to a pretty dangerous conclusion. Don't you think, Prince? I sure do. Seems like an answer that shouldn't be. That's where we step in. Drake is alive. New world. Tashigi. Where are you? Oh, Smoker. I'm at the G5 General Hospital. Okay, Smoker and Kobe, I can get with that. I know this information is in bits and pieces, but if I were to say more, it would be speculation. Just tell us, what did Roger leave behind? Egghead. Look, the barrier's coming down. What was that huge noise earlier? That scared me. It looks like the clouds have stopped extending outwards. We've got plenty of room as it is. There's enough distance for the ship to land in water. But it sounds like there's a whole bunch of enemy ships right where we land. Cola barrels are loaded. We can fire them off at any time. Okay, are you here yet, Jimbei? Almost there, but... We're on the heels of a mysterious monster. What? Why are you going on a detour? Get back here at once. It's not a detour. The monster heading for you. Watch out. Huh? His presence is truly overwhelming. Yeah. This is the time for your eyes to bug out. The 5 elders? What? Fishman Jiu-Jitsu piggyback, 2 sword style, a combo move, Restful Paradise, Rashomon. Kitetsu? Oh, confirmation! Confirmation. Like, come on, guys. We've been talking about that for years. Ever since he was initially shown on screen with the sword, people are thinking, that's Kitetsu. That's crazy, though. Gotcha. Zoro! Push off. We'll jump on. Now, while you still can. Northeast coast of Egghead. Where are you, Straw Hat? Hurry up. We can't last forever. It's just one ship. Forget the legend. Sink that old Elbaf junker to the seafloor. Can't seem to get a connection through. Come on, Luffy. I'm almost there. Get the ship moving. He's just gonna yell really loud? Oh, good. All right, I think this is a double spread. Yes, it is. Oimo, Kashi, captains, set sail. You got it, Captain. We're off. Swing her around. Don't let them escape. Big old gaps, big old bows. Stand firm. They're fossil pirates from 100 years ago. Fossil pirates. Rude. They're called giants, boy. Drive them off, boys. Boy. We can't handle them, sir. All ships leave positions and focus on our target. I want an all-out assault. Man, this is a great panel. What is this sorry display? Don't each and every one of you carry justice on your back? Act like the heroes you are, not a bunch of scrubs. Scrubs? It's canon. Vice Admiral Bluegrass. Whoa, that put a hole in the ship. And I'll put one in you, too. Oh my god, rock and roll blaster. Why do you have to be so nasty? I don't want to like you. I'm on the other side. Yeah, go Vice Admiral Doll. Love a good brawler. Kashi. Keep it up. So what if they're giants? Huh? At some point, the boar stopped chasing. That's good news. Now we can just hop on the ship. Boys, boys. Where'd he go? Huff, huff. And then we can set sail. Oh, they're going after the flame. All 5 of them? Yet. Lastly, I have one final message to impart. To those scattered throughout the world, hey, isn't that? It is. It's the Iron Giant that attacked Marijois 200 years ago. I'm certain of it. Who bear the name of D. Don't you dare! Ace, Luffy, and Vice Admiral Garp? Within you, there is Captain? Oh, we are going to get so blue-balled here. I am not wanting to turn the page. This is dirty, Oda. Dirty. I would be shocked if we actually got some information here. Well. Crash. Enough of this. Vegapunk! Bzz. No, it cut out. What was he going to say? D? Beep, beep. Is it signal jamming? Beep, beep. Huff, huff. It finally stopped. I feel so unsatisfied. I hate this. Oda ain't shit for that. I am so upset. You couldn't even give us a little more than just a what? Anyway. Oh, you had a break after that? That is... Oda, you ain't shit. I love you, but you ain't shit. All right, very quick break. I need to reload a little bit on this water. I will be right back. Alrighty then. The Most Free. I saw the chapter title before I even saw the cover page. 1118, The Most Free. Volume 8, The Journey Begins. Abandoned ship! What is that metal monstrosity? It's gonna sink us! Ah! Beep, beep. That name. Where? Joy Boy. Where did you go? Glub glub. Want to see you. You were there, Joy Boy. Strange. So strange. And what is that? A boar? A mammoth? What's happened on Egghead? Technical issues. He was still saying something. What would have caused the transmission to stop? And why would Vegapunk have died in the first place? Did someone assassinate him? He did say that he had committed sins. You don't think the world government had him erased, do you? No way. Did you already forget? Straw Hat Luffy was the one who was holding Vegapunk prisoner. If anyone did it, it's obviously a pirate. Filthy pirates. Whatever crime Vegapunk might have done, the government would never eliminate the greatest genius in the world. Do you think Luffy Lando did it? No. Glare. York. Huh? What? How many Vegapunks are still alive? Vegapunks? Aside from me, the number of people accessing punk records is 2. R.I.P. Addison. Lilith is on this floor. Atlas is at the northeast shore. Should we eliminate them all? Yes. Even with the Stella dead, Punk Records is designed to continue growing. York's development benefits us, but we need no other geniuses. Set sail! Let's get out of here! Let's go! Jump on board! Whoa! The captains! You made it back! Woo! Of course we did. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba! Luffy! Woo! We're on the giant ship. It's huge. Is Usopp here yet? What about Chopper? Damn it. After them. Don't let them get away. We have too many ships for this. but the giants are just too strong. And more importantly, oh my god, adorable. Are you all right, Vice Admiral Doll? Darn you, Bonnie. Vice Admiral Bluegrass. Squeak! It sucks being so powerless. What a ridiculous ability. You were setting yourselves up for trouble when you let me escape, Navy. She really whooped you good, Kashi. Oimo, Kashi! This is Sanji. We're already sailing. Nami, how's it looking up there? We're about to leave. Straw Hat, at last we meet again. Thanks to Edison, we should be able to land in the water, but it looks like we won't make it. Help! Of course, even if everyone else sinks, I'll do... Bruh, you simp! Sanji the simp! I'll do anything to save you and Robin. And Lilith! No, save us all! Don't worry, I'll rescue the ship. Rescue us too! Something's coming from the center of the island. Dude, this bird thing is a problem. The 5 elders again? Yeah, it figures they wouldn't give up yet. Hey, wait a sec. Are you Straw Hat Luffy? Nom, 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 nom. The captain said I should cook a bunch of food because you eat a lot. I was going to serve it to you guys later. Sorry, eat it now. Please cook some more. Go, gaga. You got a big appetite for a little fella. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, this bird spits fire too. Protect the puny humans. Yeah. Bjorn, Sig, you all right over there? Put out the fire. Get water. Don't let the sails catch. Huh? What is this monstrous bird? I appreciate it. You saved us, giants. Yow. We should move Vegapunk and Daddy. Don't let them get burned. Here, I'll do it. This is going to be so crazy to see in the anime. Just with the scale, the colorations, the movement. Toei's been killing it recently with One Piece. I would say ever since Wano started. Guess we gotta do something about those monsters after all. If it can fly, it'll just keep chasing us. Not a single one of you is going to escape. Huh? Ah, it's an earthquake. All right, nice and full now. Let's go. Follow the beat. Follow the beat. Follow the beat. Huh? First this sound starts, and now we're floating above the water? Look out. Bonnie. Whoa, Nika. Who's that anyway? Hey, that's a festival rhythm. Stop dancing and put out the fire, dummy. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's go. You want to beat those guys up, don't you? But I can't. Just look at them. I don't know how your powers work, but you can do it. That's what I look like when I'm free. Distorted future where I'm the most free. Yes! Gear 5, Bonnie. Don't worry, Jenny. I'll raise your daughter. Oh, yeah! Now you've got it, Bonnie. What is that? Whoa, 2 Nikas. Yay, I did it. Giants in white? Let's go. Yeah. A strange presence. Act quickly. Creak. There. We're not done yet, baby. Here's the thing. With Bonnie's Gear 5 form, I don't hate it because she is a child. She's like, what, 12 or 14 years old? Her imagination is, or has been, her skill set previously. When she was training with Kuma, or underneath the tutelage of the people looking after her in Kuma's stead, she was just imagining how to do it, and then she was able to do it. So I think her body or her ability, it's not necessarily the age fruit. I mean, technically it might be, but my point is it works in that it can alter the body in however you imagine it to change. If you imagine yourself as an old man, you'll turn into an old man. You imagine yourself as a toddler, turn into a toddler. If you imagine yourself as a giant Nika clone, you'll get a giant Nika clone. It's fine. I'm not upset with this. I like it. Artwork, again, is going to go crazy in the anime. And yeah, great chapter, though. Really loved it. So we might get a little bit more of the D-Clan when the giant comes back up to the surface, but for the most part, I think that was skipped over yet again. Oda the blue baller. All right, some more water. Yes, it's weird, Vontae. I think that's kind of the point. And no, that wasn't a shot at you. That was just me saying, I think Oda purposely foreshadowed it by saying, hey, this thing that just happened, it is primarily because Bonnie imagined it to happen. Well, I don't know if she will have the abilities or not, because she was able to puff up her arm for a few punches already, and she did already go giant mode. So again, we don't know the underlying existence of the Nika fruit, that mythical mode or mythical whatever. So my thought is, a lot of these devil fruits, they can unlock that as we get closer and closer to Joy Boy. Because if Joy Boy is the genesis or the fundamental foundation that the devil fruits are based off of, then theoretically all devil fruit users can have similar abilities to him. That's my guess. All right, but let's get into the next chapter. All right, 11:19 Emmett. Kibi pelted with rocks by children who hate Kaido. Don't make me feel bad for Yamato. She's already not on the crew. Just go, Stussy. You said you know what I'll do next, didn't you? You think we're friends? Don't make me laugh. Cold-blooded colleague whom I respect, maybe. But once Lucci gets here, I won't be able to stop him. Kaku, just go! Tech. Yeah! Now I'm having fun, and so is she. That's the same face as on Straw Hat Luffy's poster. Nika! I will not face those allegations. 2 Nikas. It's just an illusion of the age fruit. Know your place. Listen up, boys. You can't hurt these guys by ripping them up or crushing them. So I want you to wail on me as hard as you can. Oh, I cannot wait to hear her say this line in the anime. I just know this scream is going to make me cry with laughter. So there's no other way to do this? As hard as we can, eh? Say no more. You want me to punch you? Why? Help us out here. Do something about that bird. Put out the flame so we can sail. Stop dancing, you idiots. Huh, what? You were doing it too. Oh, God. Luffy, bruh. Hurry, while I've got a hold on to him. Captain's orders, Bonnie. Ifrit Jambe. Hell, strong impact. Here goes. Supersized Nika memories. Right the bunch. What? Oh, it hurts. What? We're hurting you? What? Well, yeah, of course it's going to hurt if you use hockey. Gumu. Keep that pressure on, Bonnie. Push him like you're trying to squeeze the life from his lungs? What's wrong with you people? Bam! Dawn balloon. Oh, I'm starting to like year 5 more. This is a problem. Not the Team Rocket blasting off again. Yeah, it's gone. And it can't come back. Let's get going, people. Where's Usopp's group? They should be coming down any second now, but they're late. I'll go and see. What? No, Atlas. York is monitoring us. Lilith, we should, but actually, nothing of the sort. Blink. Oh, transmission's back. Huh? Oh, hey. Which you might consider a will. It's back on. What's he talking about? Inherited through the years. It's back. The picture is fixed. Was there a problem with the transmission? There was only a temporary break in the mental waves? Can only pray that those at the mercy of reason, the transmission snail's memory and mental waves, work on separate circuits. You have to actually destroy it directly, elders. We'll be able to hear this message. He's got a friend on the island? Oh, shout out to him, man. Such an underrated character. I really loved him. Yeah, love is a strong word. I really liked him. Huh? What the? Whoa! Is that rain or bombs? Neither. It's Cypher Pole and a bunch of rubble. Why are they coming out of the sky? Catch them or they'll die on impact. The Seraphim too. It was that monster. It spit them all out. Looks like a fountain. They're coming this way. We need more distance. Here it comes. Watch out for the suction. Pause. Now we're going backwards. Furl the sails. Use the oars. Enough of that. Boom. Go, Nika, go. Go, Nika, go. Go, Nika, go. White giants, monsters, Cypher pulled from the sky. Is this all a bad dream? Snork. Oh, shoot. There goes the boar. Watch out. He's really, really sturdy. Look out for him. He'll smash the ship to pieces. We gotta flee. Bonnie? I can't. Freedom is tiring. Joy Boy? Oh, just like Onigashima, that thing pulling up. Boom. Remember, Emmett, only when the time is right. Time is right? What the heck is that? Robo! Luffy just got revitalized and one of the horns just got punched off of the boar Gorosei. All right, Emmett. What you got? Yeah, a little weird. Again, I'm okay with it. I like it. All right, more water. Trust or trustworthy? Okay. Very cool. All right, guys, if you are watching this, whether live, so the other person besides Vante, or in post, like the stream. If you're enjoying so far, subscribe. I will try to be more consistent, no guarantees, but now that I like live streaming, I might just live stream my reaction to One Piece every week. So that's a possibility. All right. Volume 10, Denjiro, Daimo of Kibi, sentences the children. Shout out Denjiro, man. 1120, Atlas. She's dead. 26 years ago, Punk Hazard. Please, Vegapunk, you simply must study the Void Century with us. There is a darkness there, too deep for the world to leave unaddressed. The more we study it, the more we require expertise in other fields. As you can see, I am a government scientist now. I cannot give you any data. Kurururu. How many times have you been arrested by now? They know exactly where to find you. All right, Professor Clover. Got the giant in the back, maybe? Surely you know why they continue to allow you to live is crazy. It's because they're biding their time until they can round up and wipe out all of your friends. Pull back now. So what of the darkness? One cannot measure the good and evil of the past. I beg to differ, dude. I once saw a man with the name of D killed right before my eyes without warning. A man I was born and raised with, my older brother. My true name is Cloud D. Clover. He's a friend, and I only survived because I lied. How is it right that a person can die simply for declaring the name they were given at birth? There is a secret history whose traces are continually erased. I will not help you with this, and I'll forget what you just said. The most I can do is tell you to be careful. Vegapunk! I will solve this mystery someday. The voices of the past will be heard. 22 years ago. Did you hear about O'Hara in the West Blue? They're going to place a buster call on it. Oh, I wish I could see the slaughter unfold. It's Clover, the archaeologist. They've finally caught him by the toe now. Shoo! Now no one will dare study the Void Century again. It's the perfect example to scare them all off. Please, Vegapunk. They say a single child escaped alive. Surely you had time to escape, Clover. No, he didn't. Oh, stop it, man. Dr. Vegapunk is great. Did all of you die just to preserve this vast store of text for the future? It's preposterous. What lunatic would dare risk certain death to continue your research? Someone once said that the voices of the past will be heard. History is told by the victors. I know it says winners. And the voices of the losers at the bottom of the sea are so very faint, but the truth that was gleaned at the cost of so much sacrifice has at last been told to the world just now. Hey, what are you doing? Shoot us off. No, you're not going yet. That horse Gramps is going to attack us again, and that's exactly why we can't leave. I understand that your ship can accelerate to fly a distance of 1 kilometer, but if he manages to reduce the run-up speed at all, your horizontal projection distance drops. It's a northward wind. That'll reduce your lift, and according to my calculations, the ship will crash on hard ground without reaching the water, as long as you don't get rid of that old geezer. Huh? Ah! Atlas? Why did you do that to Lilith? Puff, puff, click. Take care of Lilith. Huh? Fly. I'll remove the obstacle. What do you mean? Lilith's access just shorted out. Only Atlas is left. Take Lilith inside, Zoro. All right. Wait, Atlas, explain. Bruh, this sacrifice is about to hurt my soul. Let's get going. What? Are you sure, Jinbei? We'll regret it if we're too slow to act. Hit it, Brook. Yo, as you wish. Cool. De. Oh, she don't care. Burst! I can only pray that this message has made it safely out to the world at large. Whoa, what's happening, Vice Admiral Hound? That huge boar, the snake, the bird, the robot. I don't get it. I didn't hear about any of this. Giant the robot? Is that an iron giant? Joy Boy, I'm so happy I get to see you again. I'm talking to you. Like, boy, look at me. It would be foolish to hear about a war 900 years in the past from only one side. You go ahead. Your enemy is my enemy. Oh, I'm so happy. I get to fight for you again, Joy Boy. This is amazing. You can talk. Joy Boy is in danger. I must protect him. It seems we cannot end Vegapunk's speech unless we shatter this thing to pieces. Get this ship moving. Is that thing on our side, Straw Hat? Well, it says it wants to protect someone named Joy Boy. Who's that? It's saying something? I don't hear it. What? You don't? Don't just let them sail away. Uta! Yes, ma'am. History requires a multifaceted approach to understand entirely. If only I had more time on my side. Gah! Ching! Bringing out the blasters. Alas, there are forces outside of my ability to stop. It's winding up. It's gonna shoot something. Huh? What? Look out, robot. Oh. Did it lose its left side? I think so. No, Robo! That's a 900-year-old weapon. Of course it doesn't work anymore. Crush it between your jaws, Peter. Stop that transmission. All right, Spider jumps up. All right, they're starting to get more combat savvy as they're, getting worked up now. So I'm liking this. You're not going anywhere. Ah! Kuma, Bonnie. It's the Sunny. And is that, if this thing comes down and squashes him like a bug, that would be amazing. Do it, Oda. Hang on tight. Going down. Wait a second. Are we even going to make it? You would sacrifice yourself? Nope. Extra service on the house. Boom! Self-destruct. 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger. That's it. We're gonna make it. Atlas is gone. Now the only Dr. Vegapunk left in the world is little old me. No, not yet. Not while the Stella continues to babble on. Yes, of course. We'll stop it at once. Ooh, uh-oh. I'm all rusty. Joy Boy, when you said... All right. Oda, what the hell is this double spread? This is terrible. I have to, reread the page now. 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger completed an unprecedented tour of the entire world. What was that? I can't end like this. Atlas! And what he and his crew heard... Uh-oh, I'm all rusty. Joy Boy, you said when the time is right. I think this counts. I'm gonna use it, okay? We're likely the purest voices of the past. In conclusion, as I'm sure you've all surmised by now, my view of our future is thus. Wait, what? What does he mean, Goldie? I understand why Oda does this, especially with the One Piece. What I can't stand is the D-Clan. It does not make any sense why he is shrouding this in more mystery than the One Piece. I don't know. It just kind of irks me. I just want a little bit. And we didn't even get a little bit. We just got a singular letter. That is less than a little bit. R.I.P. Atlas, though. She gave it up for the crew. And yeah, this arc seems just about over. So another quick little water break. Okay. And finally, the color page that I saw on Twitter the other day where Nami in this perspective shot is really clean. Just a summer beach party, essentially. Okay, back to the single page read. Watch out for the claws. Fire cannons, stop them. They're poison. Don't touch them. We're trying not to touch them, but the attacks are fierce. He just keeps coming down to the very end. All right, she's trying to power up again. Bonnie? Wheeze. That's it, Bonnie. You do it. One day, the memories of the Void Century will be recalled. And mark my words, that day is coming. The sinking of the world's continents was a man-made disaster brought about by weapons. Weapons which, by someone's design, still exist today. Nice little Skypiea throwback. The machinations of history and fate seem to insist upon the obliteration of those last descendants of rare races. Are you a buccaneer? What makes my blood different from other people's? Marco, atop the red line, there used to be a land of gods up there. A Lunarian, eh? I hear the government pays 100 million for tips on your kind. Look, she's got 3 eyes. This seems to imply either Whitebeard knew about other races, or alternatively that he was a buccaneer himself. Given the jawline and his height / stature, I would wager to argue he is of buccaneer descendancy. It's Nika. If there's one score I have to settle, it's with you. With that mimicry, a pale imitation. Get 'em. Hee hee. Your only options are slavery and death. History itself chose them for you. You'll pay for what you did to my daddy. He'll show up and save you. And so do heroes. I wish we could have lived together as a family. There were times I wanted to die if I had to be alone, but I won't. I'm going to live. Oda with the double spread again. Stop doing this to me. And what you did to my mommy, I performed a chemical experiment on your mother. You people aren't gods, but gods do exist. Hi, Bonnie. It's me. I'm your mommy. Because they wanted me to live. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for being born to be alive. Liberation! Insects. Vermin. If the worst should come to pass, I want you all to take care of yourselves. No matter what should happen, I believe in the intelligence of mankind. I believe in science. Jur died 25 years ago. Whitebeard died 2 years ago. But the fall of these legends was merely the prologue of a new era. Nika punch. Get his ass! And now, these people who refuse to buckle under any and all suppression. Yeah! What? Yeah! He blew into pieces. Good job, Bonnie. I wonder if those are hockey-infused punches that actually cause damage to him, or if this is just a temporary issue. Granted, he looks like he's about to fall into the ocean, so if it is a devil fruit power, he's going to be sinking quick. Either way, let's keep reading. Look, isn't that your ship? It's the Sunny. Falling, dying, help, falling, dying, help. They are the ones who are the closest to the truth, ironically enough. Then again, perhaps it was Roger who sent them there. My treasure? Why, it's right where I left it. It's yours if you can find it. I've left everything in the world there. You're gonna catch a cold, Ray. Woo, Vegapunk! I like the sound of what you're saying. The person who winds up with it may not be the one Joy Boy desired. Is the Commodore's crew back yet or what? I just can't wait around like this. Full of lead? Captain, you might have had too much. No, I'm not. You're drunk. I'm not drunk. You're drunk, Redbeard. Pirates. Red-haired pirates. I said Redbeard. That's my nickname. You weren't wrong after all, Chairman Buggy. You always find a way to outdo our wildest imagination. Huh? We had no idea the story was this fast. If this ain't like One Piece in a nutshell, we had no idea the story was this vast. Huh? There's no ceiling to your ambitions. It cannot happen. We must find it first. Then who's going to save the people? Think, idiots. There is no stopping the tide. The fate of the world now rests in the hands of the one who finds it. The person who lays claim to the One Piece. All right, I have seen this panel, and I've also seen a meme of this panel. All right, so who do we have here? Who's down there underneath Dragon? I don't think we know that character yet, do we? Ooh, Fingerland. That's got to be the guy marked by flames, right? I don't know. Who do you guys think that silhouette is? Unless they show me next chapter, because I do have one more to read. Otherwise, don't tell me. But based on the sword, it looks like it has a hilt. It does look like a man. I don't know. Who has that type of sword? He moves right there. Oh, there's a theory. Shanks has a twin? I mean, granted, that does kind of look like how he draws his sword. So... maybe. I would actually see that as a pretty tragic backstory if Fingerland had to only choose one of his sons on God Valley. That would give a lot more personal connection to the Holy Knights. And either way, I think Shanks is in for a rough time here. And then, the near future. He is not going to get anything that he wants. Buggy's obviously going to survive to the end because he's a joke. And a Kainu. Or maybe, here's an idea. Is that I know we saw was it a Holy Knight silhouette? I'm talking like the beginning of Egghead, maybe, when they were talking about the Holy Knights. Is that the new captain, or is Fingerland still the captain? I don't quite remember, but I am gonna go back and read at least that section of the manga because I'm really curious. No, but that looks way too similar to how Shanks pull out his saber. But Man Marked by Flames was my first thought, so you always go with your first thought to start. All right, guys, last chapter of the stream, and then I will be officially caught up with One Piece again after nearly a 10-month-long hiatus. So thank you for joining me for so raw. We just got some Smoker focus on the top here. Redraw of the artwork of Smoker, a boy from Aichi Prefecture, submitted 22 years ago. Oh, that's the goat, man. Okay, 11:22, time is right. A pirate going to control the world? Wait a second. Do you realize what you're saying, Dr. Vegapunk? No. Are we going to sink into the ocean too? Do something, Navy. The greatest genius in the world just proved it. We gotta go get it. The One Piece does exist. Pirates are going to rule the world. Woo! And that's why the world sank under the waves, huh? Woo! Your days are numbered, world government. All right, impel down. Why are you playing it for them? All the transponder snails in the prison activated on their own. There's no way to stop it. How can this be happening? What have you done, Vegapunk? This is almost like a one-for-one recreation of Roger's speech before he died, and this is a speech after Vegapunk's death that he recorded right before his death. I just love full circle what that means for the story. Luffy, I have to... King of the Pirates? Well, fame, power, you'd have to achieve it all. Don't tell me you're after the One Piece. Oh, shit! Big Mamba standing on business. I was not expecting him to say that. I have to stop your dream from being realized? Boy, do we have a rival for Luffy finally in the Navy? Kobe, what did they do to you, my boy? That's disrespectful. He is now a man. With that line right there, knowing who Luffy is to him and who Luffy is in the world, that is a very strong statement. The world is mine? You idiot. Who said I wanted such a thing? Huh? But Chairman Buggy, the world is ours, right? Ah! Chairman Buggy will follow you to the depths of hell. Sit. Yes, sir. What a bitch. What's the plan, Teach? We could kill him right now. Who? Caribou? Master Teach, I promise. What I have to share will delight you. Bring him to me. If what he has to say doesn't blow me away, we'll blow him away. That is simply the truth. Joy Boy is... You are not going to blue ball us twice with one message, Oda. His... I don't even... I'm so upset, Oda. Iron Giant! Beep, beep. Click. What's behind the Thousand Sunny? Is that an elder? Bro, Oda... Some of these like mid-range panels that you have or images, they need some work. As soon as I say that, he literally tells me what it is. So maybe I'm just blind. I'm sorry. It's that horse Gramps again. Do something, Zorro. Sorry, Joy Boy. Giant Robo. I wanted to apologize. Deep down, I knew that you couldn't still be alive. Huh? Are you confusing me for someone else? But you look so much like him that it brings back the warm feelings I had that day. I'm sorry, Joy Boy. All right, so Saturn's rejuvenating. Raw panel. Sorry that I couldn't make you king. Look out! That earthworm monster! We can't escape! It's gonna sink us! King? So, what's your name? I'm Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will be king of the pirates. Swish. Hee hee. Hey, Luffy. Color of the Supreme King from the robot? Thank you for letting me hear that old, familiar rhythm. Don't die, okay? I won't let you die. What am I looking at here? It's like the rope is imbued with hockey, or it was... Is this like a hockey bomb? It is knocking out hella people. Hockey, such powerful hockey. Who could be doing that? It sends them back to their regular forms? And it sent them back to Marishwa? Ah, oh great emu. Huff, huff, Joy Boy. What? Ah! You guys, you're all right. Luffy, where did the monsters go? I don't know. They're gone. What could this mean? A robot with hockey? How does hockey make people disappear? Ah, I'm so glad we made it down. Nami, are you all right? I'm fine, but Atlas and Edison... Huff, huff. Remember, Emmett, only when the time is right. Time is right? I tied a knot of the greatest hockey and locked it inside of your body? Wow. What? No. You're going to keep on living long after I'm dead. There will come a day when I can't help you anymore. And when your life is in danger, or someone else is in danger whom you want to protect, that's when the time is right. Go ahead and untie that knot. When the time is right, you'll save me. That's right. I'll save you all the way from the past. Just like I always do, don't I? Hehe, I'm glad. Thank you. Then it's like you're here with me even after you're dead. Hey, we're talking about a long time in the future, all right? A long, long time. I hope I don't get lonely. Bruh. Destiny's a thing. I'm adding Vontae to this, guys. We gotta talk.
You made it. You did it.
Bruh. I nearly died. I've gone through like 30 bottles of water these last 2 days.
Man. Oh, peep the that cover art again.
Which one?
For this chapter.
For this chapter?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the Hero Aka.
So yeah, because Horikoshi made that when he was around 15 years old back in the day when he did the fan art, and Oda did it again. I'm like, oh, that's dope. I like that a lot. I was like, it looked familiar, but I was like, I don't know where it's from. And then I seen somebody had mentioned it in the comments. I was like, oh,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's like the perfect throwback.
Sherm said when he seen it, he thought it was like Smoker, like he thought the chapter started. He's like, oh.
He got jebaited. Sorry. A knot tied with hockey.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
And he made them boys run back to the crib. And Emu felt that too.
It like dissolved them?
I think they just...
Or reverted them?
I think they just went back. They just like... They was like, nope, we out.
No, because it like melted the
trail.
forms off of them in page 13.
I don't know. I took it as like that they just dipped out back because you see the bird guy who was already sitting down on the couch, so he been
No. I get that, but for the other 4 above, it sent them back to their human form.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back.
Yep. Okay, guys, like this was a hell of a read. And it does seem like Elbaf, or not Elbaf, I'm getting ahead of myself. It does seem like Egghead is essentially done. We might have maybe 2 or 3 more chapters to wrap things up. I don't even think we need that many, to be honest, but I think we are, for all intents and purposes, sailing towards Egghead now. Or, God damn it, I did it again. Elbaf. Kid or Law. Yep, Gavin. So I don't think Kid's dead. I'm not going to believe it until I see the body. That's the rule in... Is it anime or manga? That's not always true, though. Whew. What a read. What a read. I think the best part about this arc is it has rejuvenated my love for the series. And I think it was our boy Sherm that said something like, this feels like pre-time skip One Piece, and it truly does. Even though we are moving the overall story forward, there is just so much personal stakes. There is the concept of adding a new crew member to the team, that being Bonnie, and the world building. It has just peaked here. Make you king. Man. So I guess hockey can be imbued into objects, which we did see with swords, but I just didn't know it could be imbued into knots. That's just weird. All right, so I was not kidding, guys. I've gone through about 4 bottles of water. So let me go ahead and grab a quick refill because my throat is a bit parched as well right now. So I will be back myself in about a minute or 2, okay?
All right, I'm back.
All right, I am back.
this arc, man, it's great. Like Sherm said the other day, feels like we're back. You know, we're back to what One Piece is.
I literally said that while you were gone.
It's like literally, it's a good mix between post time skip and pre time skip. I was hoping that the post time skip would feel like this. Like this is like the first time I felt this way. Like my enjoyment of One Piece in a while. Like Dressrosa was my favorite post time skip arc, but realistically, it was still like maybe my fifth favorite overall, fourth favorite, somewhere around there. But Egghead, man, I honestly think it might be my favorite arc. It's not overly long, and there's so much going on. It's hard to like. I don't know. It's like you see every notable character has had an appearance during this arc.
I just love the throwback to how Roger's announcement changed a generation of people.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Vegapunk's announcement, even though it was cut off, which we'll get to that in a sec, but even though it was cut off, this was a generational broadcast.
I said the same thing in my reaction.
And it is going to change the hearts and minds of men moving forward.
He talked about the voice entry or things before that and after. Like he talked about a lot of the truth of what he knew. So there's still more that we don't even know, but he gave us.
And that's the Swiss cheese version of what he came to learn.
So I put
Mr. Clover. Remember the decline?
Bro, that was wild. When I see, I was like, "What?"
It makes sense.
I took some notes. So, you know, the chapter where it showed Rayleigh at the end, where he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna." Well, he was just drunk. He was saying that I'm just gonna let them have their fun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I was actually kind of upset and mad. Like, we already knew that Roger and them knew a lot about the world, right? We had to talk with him on Sabaody about that and the information that he had, but I don't know, something about it. Like, I'm not saying that he has to be active because you know he's done. He already went there. He's seen what was on the island. He already knows. But I kind of still feel
he should have kind of the story.
Yeah, it was kind of off, but I just feel like he should be more like from world destroying information. And Rayleigh, and remember how I always said that Rayleigh is somebody that we have a lot of respect for in this story. But it's kind of weird. It's kind of off-putting in a way from somebody that we see as this guy. But then we got to remember he is a pirate, so that's one thing. But I just feel like he'll be a lot more helpful, like at least telling people, giving them information. Granted, he does have the his whole ship coding business, so maybe he will do that if another flood comes in. So there's that. But I don't know. I was just kind of a little upset of how he acted towards it.
I can understand that, but the thing is, we don't know the full story yet. So I am operating under the impression that whatever he saw, yes, Roger did laugh, and yes, they did laugh. But learning the history of the world, knowing that there was a genocide, knowing that there was an entire lost populace,
that's why
it's got to weigh on your conscience.
True.
I feel like there's a hint of sadness behind that smile each time he smiles.
For sure.
And him just seeing Luffy kind of walk the same path that Roger did, it's conflicting emotions. So I don't feel like he feels or he knows what to feel at this point. Yes, he did take Luffy on as a protege, but it was very brief. And him even interacting with Amazon Lily, that was more so with his wife, Shaka.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he's been trying to distance himself from the whole situation because I feel like whatever he learned, whatever he saw, whatever, encounters that he had, it changed him as a person to where he is, I don't want to say broken man, but he is permanently altered from that experience.
For sure.
And he doesn't want to interject himself into someone else's story. They have to come to their own conclusions because he's going to die soon. Not saying I want him to die, but he's an older generation. So the younger generation, they have to figure it out at some point. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I never get the whole millennial bashing, because At a certain point, we're going to be the ones fully in charge.
Yep.
You can't always have mom and dad there to do something for you. At a certain point, you need to do things yourself.
True, but I just feel like if you're one of the very few people in this entire world that has all this information, I kind of, and then you're saying, I know he's drunk right there, so he's saying, oh, you can have to, go through the fun yourself or whatever. It's just still kind of like, I know it's an anime, so it just sounds like that to sound cool, or oh yeah, we're gonna see the Straw Hats do that, but it doesn't sound appropriate. The dialogue doesn't sound appropriate. Like you said, this is stuff of genocide and cataclysm, a whole bunch of shit went on during the voice entry, and the fact that you just know, put it like this, in real life, if I knew this information, sure, I would most likely be broken from it, or I don't know how to live with it. But me not knowing how to live with it would make me want to talk to people about it and tell them about it, whether or not they agree or not. Because we already seen with Vegapunk's speech that a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, he's just saying some bullshit. He don't know what he's talking about." But some people are like, "Whoa, okay, he might be spitting. I'm gonna keep on listening to see what he's saying." But I get it. With Rayleigh is just.
I understand what you're saying.
Not appropriate to me.
I understand what you're saying. My only counter to that is twofold. So the first part is not everyone is strong enough to rebel against the machine. Not everyone can take on 5 Gorosei and survive to tell the tale. Not everyone can become the king of the pirates. Not everyone can find the One Piece. So there is a level of strength to where if you told someone a story so fantastic, so awe-inspiring, that they just go out to their deaths, because not everyone's built like that. I can understand why he's sort of keeping that to himself. And two, and one thing that I've started to think of, especially now that we know that Joy Boy is almost identical to Luffy, we knew that there were some similarities before, but maybe it's destiny. Maybe there is no sort of classical free will that these characters have. Because if you have a certain devil fruit and through the reincarnation cycle, it just happens to land near you in a certain time period, you could just go on your base instincts. Or the devil fruit inside of you could influence your decisions.
You see, that takes me back to what Vegapunk told Jinbei when Jinbei was questioning, why would you allow even criminals out there to take this information of his dream of pretty much making the worldwide internet. I feel like, yes, there will be people like a kid, for example, that will go out there and do that. Yes, there's characters like Luffy who does that and is mostly successful. But I still think that it's such an important information that I can't hold. Maybe I'm just thinking about myself more so. Obviously, I'm not Rayleigh. He's a whole different kind of person.
No, I get what you're saying, man.
But that's just how I internalize it. It's just kind of.
You feel like he has an obligation to share it with the world.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that he does, because he doesn't. But just for this story and where the stakes are at now, I'm like, damn, dude, you could at least tell Shanks. Some people will listen to Shanks. Shanks is held at a high regard. I mean, we've seen it from Marineford.
Well, here's the thing.
Passing it on.
You pointed it out in the chat earlier, but Akainu seemingly knows the history of the world.
And I was kind of upset about that.
He's still in the position that he's in, making these choices, killing these people.
I was kind of upset about that. I'm not going to lie. At first, the translation, because I read it on TCB, so I thought the translation was he was saying, I forgot what it said, but it made it seem like he was asking, Vegapunk, what are you talking about? Keep on speaking. Tell me. But
oh,
the
okay.
officials, it was more nope. What do you? Don't
shouldn't
say
be
nothing
doing
else.
that.
Yeah, I'm wait, what? I'm so that means Akainu knows, shit, probably even more than Vegapunk. I mean, he would have to, in his position.
Oh man, it's is the president fully aware of everything that's happening, or is there a secret society behind his back? That's the question with aliens in our present day with the president.
Yep.
does the president actually know about all of the secrets of this country? Probably not. As much as that scares me to think about, I don't think that any one man should have that complete and abject power.
Hell, presidents don't even know. Presidents of today don't even know, in the modern era, don't even know stuff from like in the past. I don't think they know everything about all the. I always think about that. So that's something too. Like they don't even know shit about the sixth president, the seventh president, not everything.
Nope.
So if they don't even know that, and that's their position, then just imagine what could be beyond that. Different factions beyond that towards aliens, like you said. But yeah, Vegapunk. It was a lot of yapping for good information. I just hated them damn cliffhangers because Oda was going on breaks during these times, and bruh, I was like,
I complained about it. How do you feel about the whole? We still don't know anything about the D clan. I am so frustrated. I'm getting kind of sick of it. I gotta be honest.
Honestly, it's kind of. I think it's just really unnecessary at this point. But I'm not mad at it. I don't have a feeling towards it. It's just unnecessary because we kind of already get the gist of what they are. Like it's a clan of people. They don't have to be blood related because we already kind of know that. But a clan of people. Well, I guess some of them are blood related, but
that rebel against the machine.
Yeah, so they were probably with Joy Boy. He was a leader of the clan, and technically the first pirate crew. Then, since we know that Joy Boy is the first pirate ever, what Vegapunk said, and whether the D stands for dreams, destiny, whatever, we'll finally get it. But that's why I think it's unnecessary because we get the gist of it. There are people that just rebel against the establishment. But it's just weird that Oda is still. I feel like how Horikoshi does things. Remember how we always talked about like Dabi? Like I understand the characters in the series don't know, but we already knew. Oh, that's Never-son. Boom. In some other situations in certain other series that are like that too. It's like, well, we already know this, but we finally get confirmation. I think that's kind of what the D Clan thing is. I don't know why he's doing it so much still, but it is what it is.
Maybe it's related to this, and I will, to put it very bluntly, I do not know anything about the One Piece, but the one statement that I can confidently make is that I feel like the One Piece is sentient. And if the One Piece is like one D piece, or as my father, I'm actually peace done. It's like just some stupid shit. But I feel like if the identity of the One Piece is related to the D Clan, that is the only way that I would forgive Oda for this. Because like you said, it's unnecessary. We get what the D Clan is doing. There is not a single person outside of Teach that has had ill intent. And we don't even know if he's a traditional D Clan member in the sense, or if he's just using that sort of a notoriety that comes with the name.
So there's a part of that. I remember where it said, among you, there is a ... we were on break that week. A lot of people were theorizing. It was like, it doesn't make sense because like what you just said, like, what do you mean there among you, there is a what? Because we know the D Clan of modern times, they're not united.
I would say imposter.
I know,
imposter or a betrayer.
I said that first too, but that doesn't really make sense because it's not like they're a united front. They're not like a united clan right now.
Yeah, they're all over the world. No one actually knows what it means.
Well, unless you're just saying imposter by the name, yeah. But I took it as like imposter in terms of like against their mission, the way that it was said.
Or maybe it's like a candidate and like he's saying there is like one true member to rule them all. Not to get like too cheesy as it relates to like Lord of the Rings, but there is a true D member clan to lead each world. Maybe that's what it was speculating about.
There's something in the background. So go to chapter 1117.
1117, okay.
And it's page 2. The first panel, look at the people in there. Who do you see?
1117, page 2.
Top panel. What crew did that
Top
look like?
panel?
Yep, where it says Pirate Island. We're showing the people at Pirate Island.
Hold on. That looks like the sigil for Don Krieg, right?
Mm-hmm. And
So
there
he's
he is.
potentially back.
He is on the right. Big dude.
Oh, that is him? He's just got longer hair now?
Yep, I think that's Geen right by him.
Oh,
and you see
what
Pearl
up, Geen?
on the left, far left.
Yeah. That's got to be them.
Them boys
That's
made
cool.
it. Damn. To be fair, though, they went against Mihawk. Like,
Yeah, that
I can't
ain't
really
fair.
call them like.
No, to be fair, that ain't fair.
Yeah, so it's like them being here is not like okay, that makes sense. Like Mihawk fucked them up because they were running stuff a little bit over there, a little bit.
I love seeing Jaya and like Nolan's descendant. I'm blanking on his name right now, but just seeing them again, just doing their deep diving for treasure. That's so cool.
Oh, and I love that last page on 1121. Said the person who lays claim to the One Piece, and it showed the emperors, Akainu, Emu, Mystery Man.
Correct.
I initially thought that it was like you said, the current leader of the Holy Knights. But then I was like, it could be a man marked by flames.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the man with an eye patch that Oda said many years ago that person.
Once you see that person, it's the end of the series, near the end of the series.
And he said that back in like 2007 or some shit.
Do you remember that panel I was talking about? I think it was when the Holy Knights were like first introduced. Mm-hmm. That there was this shadowy figure that was pulling out a saber, much like Shanks did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking just the way that sword is being drawn, that it might be that same silhouette.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool.
I do indeed feel like it should be the leader of the current Holy Knights, which could be Shanks' brother. I think that would actually be a really cool dynamic.
Yeah, people had a theory. I forgot what the theory consists of, but it's something about when Shanks met Whitebeard. He I forgot what it was. He like looked different, like way back. And there was a few other instances where Shanks didn't look, And also when he met with the Gorosei, a certain pirate. Obviously, people thought Blackbeard. Some people thought Luffy. Could have been his brother. Could be someone else.
What do you think of the revelation that the world will sink under the ocean again? Honestly, that was underwhelming. I already knew that was a possibility. Like, what's the point of the Noah's Ark if that isn't designed to save people?
Well, that is something that we kind of already, because we already seen different, like on Wano, we've seen that there. But I just kind of think it's one of those things where we kind of forgot about it. Like nobody's just constantly thinking about that, to be honest. Or at least I'm not.
I remember the Lelugia being blown up and then the water levels rising a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's kind of part of this arc. So I guess we're going into this arc. So I guess that's kind of like, it's a part of
to
this.
me, it's just like if Oda is going to give us like some major Dr. Vegapunk monologue.
Those mistakes, though. People
for you to
die.
I know, but for you to have that as like the primary reveal, I was so disappointed with
Is it the primary reveal?
I feel like it was.
There's a few of them.
I mean, that's my biggest takeaway.
Like, Joy Boy, first pirate, this whole hockey
He didn't say anything about I'm talking about Vegapunk's monologue specifically.
Oh, it's monologue. Well, yeah. It's more so like, once again, like the whole confirmation thing. Like, I I mean, he's a scientist. He studies a lot of shit. He's going to study this. Just confirmation. Like I said, it was for people like me that didn't really even think too much of it until this arc, or just like with Bonnie's Devil Fruit. It was established a little bit ago in your last stream, where Saturn was telling her about it.
But I think he revealed it in SBS first, though, right?
What, her Devil Fruit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't reading One Piece that long, like the manga that long. I like jumped into it.
Yeah, I might do another quick short stream here. Probably not tomorrow, but sometime soon, maybe this upcoming Sunday, about just the SBSs for Egghead, because I don't think I've read any of them. I know we have the kid, we have the
oh yeah, that was a one. Yeah.
That something with Zoro's backstory I know isn't in SBS. The thing with Bonnie's fruit, which, you know, whatever. I don't even think they included it in the anime. That's how like little focus it got.
That the Zoro one is actually so bad because like we just went from Wano and then like, what the fuck are you doing, Oda? We're literally in the arc where you could have just did it in.
It's like he ran out of time, or he forgot to include it in, or he wanted to do a stupid chapter celebration for chapter 1000 or something. I don't know. Just the exclusion of that backstory in the samurai arc itself, that's got to be one of his biggest mistakes, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, it really doesn't seem like Luffy's going to claim the One Piece, especially from chapter 1121. Like he said, what did he say? He said the fate of the world now rests in the hands of the one who finds the One Piece. See, a little before that, he said, where was it? Where was it? I think he like said that like it, or alluded to like it might not even fall in the hands of a D-Clan member or like quote unquote Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
And then that final page is interesting. Like, what does that? What do you take away from that when it shows all the people on the bottom as well? From Emu
for 1122 or 21?
21.
21. Hold on, I gotta get it pulled back up. 21.
I love that final page though. When I reacted to it, I was like, "Oof, setting up the stage, man." Final stage.
Yeah, that's interesting dialogue. The person who lays claim to the One Piece.
Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that technically everybody's after it, or are they showing people on the bottom just showing that they're trying? Well, like the Marines are trying to stop the pirates, but then you got Dragon and Sabo. So like,
it could just be major players on the field.
Yeah, it's definitely. But I just feel like there's more to it in a way.
Shout out to Kobe. I was not expecting that.
I always expected that.
For him to say, "I will stop your dream," Luffy.
I mean, it's something that's. I mean, he's obviously got to build up to that, though, right? Like he was Luffy's rival. Obviously, Luffy's been miles ahead of him, but he's essentially been his rival. He's been the one that's inspiring him to get stronger.
I get that, but
I don't think it's like a death match. Like he's not gonna like fight him to the death, but
no. It's always I'm gonna arrest you.
Yeah. I wonder what role Kobe will play. I really hope he plays like he will, because he is like the new hero. But I really want it to be big. I don't want it to feel like, that's kind of dope, but I don't, man, it could have been better. Like I really hope it's something huge. Or else Kobe will be a letdown to me. I'm not gonna lie. Because he had his moment at Marineford. He can have his moment again, but just like with Luffy not really being prominent or real prominent, I think both of them will shine damn near equally. Well, somewhat equally.
But I also feel like it's going to be there. I know Oda has said in the past, like once the One Piece is revealed, the story is over.
Yeah,
But
he might change it a little bit.
This page makes it seem like, okay, you lay claim to the One Piece. One, if the One Piece is sentient, it might not agree with you. Two, I feel like there's going to be something after the One Piece. I feel like it has to be functional in some capacity. So what I mean by that is it has to further something.
For sure. Because it can't just be something like a treasure that you just claim, like, aha, I got the treasure, and then what? Like,
and then
you're like, what the fuck?
Okay, you found it. What is this? Capture the flag?
Let's keep fighting. Exactly. It's like, okay. It's definitely something sentient or something, like you said, something that furthers, the narrative at that point. So what Oda said, when he said once One Piece is claimed that the series is over, I think either he's basically saying that it's essentially over, like close to being over with, like not too much, like for real, because Oda, he's always said, "Oh, I'm about to wrap something up," and he keeps going on and on. It might just be like an actual regular time of spent afterwards, so like whether it's the aftermath or the epilogue, or he could just simply change it. He might change his mind because he changes his mind so many times over the years.
And also, like, you're never the same person 10 years from now, 5 years from now.
Not even 5, yeah. And it will literally be 5 years by then. Shit,
I don't know. Just like this double spread is just making me ask more and more questions. Kuzan's on there?
Yeah. I mean, because he's still somewhat of a mystery too. Like, yes, he joined the Blackbeard Pirates, but like, what does he have planned? Because
you think he's a member of the D Clan potentially?
I would not be surprised. He moves like he's one. I always say that there's certain characters in the series that move like they are, and he's been such a prominent role in the series ever since we met him. For arguably the first Golden arc.
Man, there's so much kind of reinvigoration of my theory crafting for this series based on how Egghead is now seemingly ended.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Man, this is, like I said, Oda, I love what he's doing. He's finally being like, okay, I'm not going to drag things out for you guys. I'm just going to put things out there in one arc. And there's still more. And so the very next arc, we're going to learn more. Then the one after that, we're going to learn a lot more. I do want a POV shift to Blackbeard again really soon. Especially with Garp, that whole situation.
He was there with Pudding? He was on his way to Egghead with Pudding, is that correct?
I think so, yeah. And then Von Auger is literally everywhere.
Oh, now I'm over here. Oh, now I'm over there.
I swear he's literally been everywhere against Garb, Law.
Gavin, I did see your message in chat. He says that Saturday is One Piece Day, which might be kind of like a weekend celebration. So I know for sure they're supposed to have some information about Two Piece. They're supposed to have some information about the One Piece live action season 2. Because I know that they have either started filming it or just finished filming it. So hopefully maybe they give us a trailer or two for Saturday.
Yeah. So going back to the Emu and Joy Boy potentially, or even both of them being fishmen, the reason why I started thinking about that is because of like the dialogue that fishmen have saying like they're the pinnacle. And then now we're at the point in time where they literally would be the pinnacle if everybody fucking drowns. And I was just thinking, like, if Emu, and I said it before, if Emu is a fishman, I think that would make sense. Like, you're pretty much causing these seaquakes, tsunamis, all this flooding, and obviously wherever the fuck you're located, if you're like wherever their room is in, or wherever they go to, somewhere else. I don't know. They might travel really quick, just like Shanks apparently travels fucking fast as fuck. And I don't know. I feel like Emu. I really think that Emu cursed his own clan of fishmen. That's why they're treated the way that they are. Like he cursed them, gained power. Like he did something on some like Muzan shit, kind of. Where the Ubayashiki family and all that. Like I can see something like that being the case with Emu. Plus, they were a king at one point of a kingdom, and they end up becoming the fucking king of the world. Like, what happened? What made people agree with that and allow you to be the number one? Did you control them? Did you manipulate them? Did you force them to obey? What did you do? What did you do different from the other 19 kings and queens? What did you do differently? And I'm thinking he probably sold out his whole race. And that's why the fishmen since then have been, and that's why Joy Boy even apologized to the fishmen.
Yep.
So either Joy Boy is a fishman or Emu. I feel like one of the two or both of them have to have some kind of connection with that. And then Luffy, the vision. My bad.
You're good. Go ahead.
Quickly, Luffy, the vision or premonition of him destroying Fishman Island. Joy Boy. See, it's interesting.
I forgot about that.
Then again, Joy Boy, he has the devil fruit. So I mean, how would that work if you're a fishman? You lose.
Well, we saw what happened with Jack, right?
Yeah, Jack. Yeah. So yeah, Emu. Emu means sea. Fuck it. I'm going with that.
But maybe if you have the water devil fruit, that you can control the water to where it never touches you.
True.
So theoretically, that devil fruit is the sole exception. But what I was going to ask, what did you feel when you saw the artwork of the original Lily still hanging inside of Emu's palace?
Well, I instantly thought of a romance thing, and I absolutely do not like that. If he's just crashing, I don't like stories like that where somebody's crashing out from. Like, it can be good, but I just don't.
It's too generic.
It is. I don't want Obito.
Oh, Obito.
And I can understand it. I can understand all of it, but it's just like it doesn't. I feel like it only works for series that has the foundation of that. So like an Undead Unluck, for example, the romance is in that series. It makes sense for something like that, for sure. If something like that were to happen with.
Well, yeah, because that's one of the primary themes. I don't feel like One Piece has ever been about romantic love.
Romance Dawn. I bet somebody would say that. They're like, literally the first arc. I'm like, man.
Zing, you got me.
Man, so much, man.
And this is all on a first read through. I haven't had a chance to watch your reactions. I haven't had a chance to watch Townsy's reactions. I get so many more ideas flowing into my brain when I watch other people read or react, because then I get to see their perspective. Like, what are they focusing on? What are they asking questions about?
Especially in the moment, because I don't remember. It might have been some things that I talked about that I don't even remember. I'll have to go back myself.
Yeah, I just blitzed through 31 chapters of One Piece in 3 days. Like, I don't remember half of this stuff already.
Oh, did you notice the that whatever container incubator of the flame? It says AMU. I forget what chapter it is, but it said ANMU or some shit like that.
That should be
like element
periodic table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some type of stuff.
In the mother flame, people were theorizing that it comes from Nika. There's like an eternal type flame, and Nika is like a sun.
He is called the sun god.
Yeah. And then, of course, Lunarian, something with that being a connection. There's a lot, man.
So are we to believe that this robot is sentient?
Yeah. The way that he's thinking about what Joy Boy, even how he responded to Joy Boy when he was telling him, I think so. That's why the technology is so amazing back then. They own some Pluto robot stuff. Oh, by the way,
Goodbye, Vante. Goodbye. By the way, he's gone. Thank you to the one viewer who is still here. I'll give him a minute or two. Oh, he's back. Welcome back.
What the hell? But
I was like, he's a robot. Oh no, my connection. And I was like, okay, just kidding. I'm still here.
You know the how they said the robot went to Mary Joie 200 years ago
to destroy it.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was like, this man went over there to get his hat back because he's a giant, a big ass.
Oh, the whole oars.
He said, "Give me my hat, man.
Throwback.
Give me that shit back, man."
The whole oars throwback.
Or my homie's hat or whoever's hat. Just give me it back.
No, that was probably his hat.
Mm-hmm. It didn't like Joy Boy and his crew. Like, there's so much. We got God Valley, the shit that happened before the Void Century, the things that happened during the Void Century, the things that happened shortly after the Void Century, and things that happened 100, 200, 300, 400 years, all the way up until now.
Don't you find it crazy that the One Piece has, at least to our knowledge, only been found once ever before?
That is interesting. So what does that mean? What does that imply? Do you think that
I think it might be on a time delay. I think Roger might have found it, but I don't think that he ever, claimed it. I feel like it might be on maybe even a lunar cycle type of scheduling to where it's locked behind a barrier. And only during certain time periods, once every 1,000 years or so.
Sozin's Comet.
Sozin's Comet. That it can be claimed or interacted with.
An eclipse. I swear to God, if it happens on the eclipse,
I would lose it.
Because it does seem like because they did say he was too late, right? Like,
or he was too early.
Or too early. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. Too early.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Roger is a really cool character because I like that. It went from us thinking that Luffy was so similar to him, which he still is, to like Luffy is way more similar to Joy Boy in terms of like everything power wise, even the silhouette. Like it kind of reminds me of.
All right, Vante. See you later. All right, again, I will give him about a minute or so. If he does not come back in or if he drops out a third time, I'll just end the stream. All right, you're on your last chance. If you drop out again, I'm ending it.
StreamYard. Damn, I had to close out everything. Cause I can hear it too. It goes, and then boom, I'm out. I'm like, oh, no. But what was I saying? Oh, Roger. I like that he's so different to Luffy and Joy Boy. I like that. It makes his legend solidified to me.
He is much more mature than I think Luffy will be until the time he's like 40, if he makes it to that age.
And then the stuff that Roger told Whitebeard. Oh my! I can't wait till we get to see so many things going back to stuff that we didn't get to hear. Like, oh man, there's so much.
And then that's not even to say like all the other dreams of the other crew members, like the All Blue, like Chopper's world-renowned doctor. They're going to be an incurable sickness. We got another one this arc. Like Zoro becoming the world's strongest swordsman. What if the world's strongest swordsman isn't the strongest swordsman in all creation? Because if you have the celestial beings, celestial dragons, or the holy knights that are living above this ethereal plane, you're not the strongest.
Right. That boy, Joy Boy Zoro, he got a lot on his plate. He got Mihawk,
Gorosei,
Guitar, probably Shiryu. Yeah, he got a lot. He has to go against quite a bit of people, man. He's gonna be running the gauntlet.
And then if we think about what's going on with Like Robin. I don't feel like we're gonna get Robin's dream. Maybe not until after the regular series. The regular season.
I never thought about that. She doesn't have one.
She just wants to know the history of the world,
Well, yeah,
or the true
okay.
the true nature of the poneglyphs, kind of what happened to the D clan.
Okay, I thought I was tripping. I was like,
no. Like Nami's is just like we're filling out the map.
Yeah.
Brooke, obviously that'll be Laboon the next go around. Frankie, I don't know. He's just gonna have kind of a similar career path to Vegapunk. Yep, the ship that'll see 1,000 suns.
Bro, this, oh man, these next arcs, like I think Oda's about to go on a 3-peat.
Elbaf,
the Elbafs, or whatever else, he's about to have a 3-peat.
and like we still don't know what's going on with Uranus, because what? Okay, so I'll ask you: do you feel that Emu is in control of Uranus at this point?
That's what I thought originally, but since we're seeing Emu using the Mother Flame, I'm assuming that's like, in a way, like a replacement for not having any of the ancient weapons in his possession right now. But when they brought up the ancient weapons, you seen Shirahoshi and you seen Vivi on the panel too. So that really got me thinking. And I
didn't bring that up. I thought I wasn't gonna like that, but I can see it now. Or maybe she has maybe access to it, or she knows where it is. Because remember, the Cobra family, they were descendants of the original Lily. So if anyone's going to have that ancient weapon or know where it is, it should be them.
You know, it's kind of crazy. I think it seems like the ancient weapon. I can't wait. Even like that, like how did that even become a thing? And does it switch? Like, is it like a person?
What does this technological world look like?
Object? Can it like over different times? Can it change?
Is it pure energy? What's the Mother Flame? Why is that the energy source, but that's not the weapon? And I feel like an eternal flame could be a really good weapon.
Where does it come? Like, do you think that it changes? Like, it can be a person, and then it can change into an object? Because like Emu, that would mean if it is just a person, like Shirahoshi, for example. I guess like what happened was Emu always searching out for somebody, for that person that person. Also at Uranus, Pluton.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Were they like what happened, and how did it start? How do you become the ancient weapon? At first I was thinking that he created it in some way, because going back to him being a fishman, Poseidon and Uranus, I'm sure it's probably like I don't know. I was thinking like if it was an object before it turns to a person, it's like a trident, and that kind of imagery.
Do you think there could be a reincarnation cycle from person to object to
devil fruit?
Devil fruit?
Yeah, at least from devil fruit to person, 100%.
So maybe that's how they hid them, by introducing this cycle for something that should, by all means and purposes, should not have a cycle.
Rocks is Uranus.
If the ship gets destroyed, okay, it'll just get reincarnated into a person.
Right. Or
maybe
I guess
it's
everything has souls.
A cycle. So maybe Uranus, it's a devil fruit this time, but maybe in the next loop it's a person. Maybe in the next loop it's a ship.
But yeah. The next cataclysm, basically.
Yeah.
Bro, the blank history though, bro. Like what happened, bro?
I don't know.
I think I seen something recently that somebody said that I was like, whoa, that's interesting. What was it? Damn, I forgot what it was. Oh, I think it has to do like with places being erased by Emu, that like they go to like another dimension. And But it was another part to it that I forgot. But what happened? The blank history. It was like, nope, nobody can know any of this shit about the ancient kingdom. Nope, 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 nope.
I speculated that the difference of opinion was as it related to discrimination versus equality. And one side was just, racist or discriminatory versus another group. And then the technologically advanced society, they realized that through science, all things can become equal.
I can see that. Or maybe they're just the Amish, bro. The 20 Kingdoms. Like, bro, you guys are doing all this technology shit. Nah,
They're just the Amish.
Hell no. Be primitive. Go back. Nope. Don't share this knowledge. I can't wait for us to see people of the past, because I'm very certain we're going to see somebody that like the Vegapunk of the past, which is going to be pretty dope to see.
It literally even like a random civilian could be a Vegapunk. That's how advanced this society is.
Yeah, that's wild.
To me, it's like, how do you even? You have the most advanced scientist of this world that is already 100 years ahead of his time compared to all of his other cohorts, and even he can't recreate that. He created an improper or imperfect mother flame.
Yeah, exactly, bruh. That's bro said nobody's not no Will Chamberlain. Nobody can be like him ever.
There's no footage of that. It's the lost. It's the lost century.
Like, nah, y'all just don't know, man. But it's no footage. We don't know that. Isn't that robot? Like, don't tell him what the fuck else we're going to see. I want to see like a really technologically advanced sentient ship. Which
I would just love it. I would just love if we got more like devil fruit stuff. And I'm not talking about different classifications. I'm talking about, how does the reincarnation cycle work? How is that implemented? Is there more magic behind the scenes that we've not known about? Because they introduced rune circles.
Pentagrams, yeah.
Pentagrams? Like, what are we doing here? I don't think there's ever been any mention of magic in this entire series. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I don't know why. I could kind of see Mad Monk Rouge doing some kind of ritual. He just look like he would, especially with those tattoos. I don't know.
Well, and given his moniker, him being a monk.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. Bro, One Piece, man. Like, I hate the fan base, but I love the story.
Oh, he's got to have Buccaneer blood too, by the way.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. So he can get bigger.
True. Very true.
He's got that jawline. He's probably Buccaneer blood mixed with Sky People.
Yep. I actually really like. I remember when you go yesterday when you were talking about like all the races being introduced. I actually really like that. I feel like it makes everybody very unique. I don't like if it's just like one race, two races that are unique, like on some Uchiha shit from Naruto. Like I didn't like that because nobody else really mattered. Maybe Uzumaki, obviously, but everybody else was like, Senju, sure. Everybody else, Well, in One Piece, I mean, Lunarians are cool as fuck. Sky People, obviously fishmen, yeah. So
humans,
giants, strongest shit. I wish we got into more Oni stuff, but I guess that's like, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever race that Kaido is, I don't know. Him and Yamato, they got some stuff going on.
The more I think about, do you think Rox is alive, man?
I could see it.
I don't
honestly
know why it doesn't seem like he's dead. I don't know. It's weird. I really think it's a moderate situation.
Oh, you think that maybe Rox could be Emu?
No.
Oh,
okay. I think Rox is just somewhere dormant.
Dormant?
But I think he had the same exact dreams as Blackbeard, pretty much just ruling the world, being the king.
Well, What would that do to Blackbeard's character if Rox showed back up?
I think it will fix what. Not. I don't want to say it was bad or nothing like that, but I think it would be the reverse of Madara and Obito, or like a Shigaraki and All For One. I think Oda will actually. He'll keep going with Blackbeard. Ultimately, he really just his advisors. He might have already died. Maybe he lived a little longer, but he already died.
Oh, here's a thought. What if someone wanted to become Hockey incarnate?
That's damn.
Because I think with this revelation that Joy Boy was able to, from the past, over 200 years at least. Well, no, it would have been what, 900 years?
Yeah.
He was able to imbue a rope with Hockey for 900 years.
Right. Oh,
there's got to be some sort of like passing on of maybe like a will. Maybe Hockey is a way to transfer your will to the next generation. Because we already know it's, and shout out to Rob from RTTV, it is willpower. Because you are able to subjugate whoever you have more Hockey than.
Yeah. What did Kaido say? Hockey is that's the big dog. That's the shit, man. If your Hockey is just superior, you can do anything.
I mean, you can look into the future. You can imbue it on weapons. You can knock people out. You can protect yourself. It's very fluid in that way, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. I feel like Oda, on one hand, he does get a lot out of it that he can use, but on the other end, I feel like there are almost next to no restrictions because of that.
Yeah, I mean, because look at Roger. I mean, boy's a Hockey man. Look at Shanks. Boy's a Hockey man. Rocks, no telling. He might went a step beyond that from what they have been doing.
We don't know what's going on with Doflamingo still. We don't know what's going on with it. At this point, it's looking more and more like Kaido and Big Mom are both dead. Cross Guild.
I really want Doflamingo in the Cross Guild. And I kept saying this to Sherm. I was like, bruh, Oda, make that man do another speech in his final war. Please, 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 please. I need it. I need it again. just like do it. This is a great callback. But yeah, Big Mom and Kaido, I hope they are dead, because I just don't see
Here's a question. If Rox is alive, do you feel like that increases or decreases the chance that Kaido and Big Mom are still alive?
In a way, it kind of would increase it.
I think so too.
But I just don't want, I just don't want to see characters like them being in this final war where they're. I mean, obviously, I would love to see them fight. Of course, who wouldn't? But essentially siding with. Okay, so pirates will be, siding with pirates for the most part. Aside from maybe Blackbeard's crew, they're on some other shit. But I just don't really want to see a Kaido, Big Mom being. It'll be funny to see them being, funny with Luffy and shit. But I don't think we need it. I feel like Oda's done that. A lot of mangaka do that so much. I just don't want to see that. But I would actually really love if Kaido, saved Big Mom, since he owed her back.
For the fruit?
Yeah, I kind of would like to see that. That would be pretty cool. I would actually like his character a lot more.
We still don't know the full story of what happened on God Valley.
Yep. What the fuck happened?
Man.
Shanks' treasure chest, in the treasure chest is a baby.
Yep.
Rock, Scarp, Roger.
What
happened?
Do you remember any kind of like long discussions that you and Sherm or you and anyone else has had for this series here recently?
Recently the one that I just hit, the Rayleigh one, I was bringing that up a lot. What else recently? Kind of like the same stuff we've been like, even that we had the conversation for the past 2 streams. We just kind of always talk about that. What else was there? Let's see. Just shouting out Vegapunk a lot. Like, I love this. He's a character that was supposed to be huge, and he had a huge fucking revelations in this speech.
Not only that, he had a huge impact on the rest of the story.
For sure.
And especially if Lilith survives. I could see them taking out York. They'd be like, oh, you're the only Vegapunk? Well, goodbye.
Yeah. The one thing that I was afraid of, I didn't want really a Vegapunk to join our crew because it's too much cheat codes with that. So I'm glad that they went down this route.
Well, technically Lilith is on the boat with us, but I could see that punch from Atlas, or you know what would be really cool? Kind of a Harry Potter-esque plot line in terms of splitting the soul. Like, what if she just doesn't have the same capabilities that she had previously, and then has to go through the mental anguish of, oh, my other pieces of the soul are gone. They're never coming back.
And she is the quote-unquote evil of them, so she's definitely a crash out. Oh yeah, then the Seraphims. I forgot about them too. So their future, I can definitely see them being on the good side in the end of the story. They're going to grow up and they're just going to be good. They're going to be good.
I had a thought about the Seraphims. So you know how Vegapunk introduced a backdoor authorized command power for Bonnie? Do you think he did that for the Seraphim as well? Maybe for their actual versions?
Oh, okay. Maybe.
So maybe Boa can permanently tell little Boa what to do if she wants to stick around with her, or Mihawk could train up Doflamingo.
Oh my god.
That little shit ain't listening to nobody. For whatever reason, this one's busted. I couldn't
like Austin
get
Powers, bro.
It's a mini me. Could you imagine little Flamingo and Dofi just like dual laughing together?
Bruh.
I want that for a cover page.
And
the Seraphims interacting with one another. Bro, they could have laser battles. They could have good sword battles.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When you really think about it, like, you know, people always debate about Mihawk. Like, no, Mihawk is definitely a very, very, very serious player because we haven't seen him. Like, Shanks, we've seen what Shanks just did in anime. Mihawk hasn't even had that kind of moment yet. And look what they did with Mihawk Jr., the Seraphim.
Yeah. Like, he's going toe-to-toe with Blackbeard.
Bro, and then just think of, like, and I love that for Zoro, too, because, you know, you don't just want the MC to just be the main top dog. You want to see some of his friends be up there, too, in the end. And Zoro will be. If Mihawk is that guy, Zoro will be right up there in the end of the story. He would have to.
And again, this might just be a personal preference, and I completely understand when you said that these are older fighters. And thankfully, they did seemingly get stronger as the fight went on, but the Gorosei were a little bit underwhelming as it related to their combat abilities specifically, because I just remember these Marines saying, like, oh, well, these are the people that sit atop the world. Okay, and he can still get punched like everyone else. What's he going to do about it?
I kind of always thought that they were going to be like this. I really did.
Just why? I don't know. I got the completely different impression.
I really just thought that, I mean, they sit in the fucking room all day. Like, okay, for example, right? The Centaur, he's easily so far has been the best looking on the battlefield, and it looks like he's one that's constantly working on it. Like it really does look like that compared to the other ones.
Sure.
I think there's a noticeable difference there. But also, I think it's just an Oda thing, because Oda's done this before where, like in Marineford, for example, I mentioned that the other day of how, like, because I was rewatching it and I was looking at, like, so many things weren't implemented, obviously, back then. Like hockey, they talked about it. They were using it, but it wasn't established very well or thoroughly enough. So I kind of feel like this is just an Oda moment where when we see them again in the Final War, we're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? This is way different.
We didn't see that before.
Yeah. And granted, for the most part, they were fighting against Luffy or having to deal with Luffy.
Well, they were also fighting against Joy Boy's rage from the past, so we have that to think about too.
Even Emu was huffing and puffing. That's wild.
Great Emu-sama!
What the hell? Joy Boy is different. What did y'all do to that man? How did y'all kill him? I mean, obviously.
He went 1v20, and I don't know how close it was, but he put up a fight.
And why is he that goddamn strong? Well, you know what? I know why he was that strong. It really is a will thing. Like, if people were just, like, whatever they were doing back then.
And if he was, like, the progenitor of hockey, I could see him like almost single-handedly taking out massive amounts of people.
Yep. And we've seen so many characters, bro, from the past in this arc. It's like, who didn't we see watching the Vegapunk news? Yeah, I can't think of a single character that we didn't see. Like, even like some minimal side characters we actually saw. I really do like. I really do think Emu is a fish man. Like, obviously we haven't seen Emu's face. Like, of course that makes sense, but I don't know, something about it. I can see if it's revealed, they would look like different from other people.
He's got pointy teeth, man. I just know it.
Oh, for sure. So I really want that to be a thing. Like, that's why the fishmen are like essentially cursed. Because I'm thinking about, like, if you're a part of the 20 kings, 20 nations, and you became the king of the world, you must have did something that other people didn't do. I don't think it's because you're just simply the strongest. Like, I don't think Emu got that kind of
prestige.
Yeah, like, you don't have that. Like, Joy Boy, it makes sense why he's him. Like, you don't seem like you're him. I think you did something to get to the top, and I think you probably sold out your entire nation, because what nation was what was his nation, right? Like, you literally, your name Emu means sea. Or Umi backwards.
Yeah, maybe it's one of the countries that got, then underwater.
So it's like, for the other nations, like, obviously we don't know them, but technically we would know them, celestial dragons and whatnot, and descendants of those previous nations. But his is like, I don't think he got shit, no nation, no more. It's like the world is his, so.
Question for you. This is my impression, and please correct me if I'm wrong. My interpretation is that Joy Boy was the one who used the weapons.
Okay.
Did he use the weapons, or was it the Alliance that used the weapons?
That's a good question.
Because the line said that the world was sunk into the sea, so all of these continents that are now beneath the ocean level. But it also said that Joy Boy passed these down to the next generation, or his side.
True.
So there's something off about that contradiction.
Or maybe he did, and Emu was just because Emu definitely, they literally are chasing it right now. So maybe like, no, I need that shit.
But I guess the question remains, did Joy Boy perform the reset when he realized he wasn't going to win? Was that the only way to ensure a future for the planet, was to do a reset?
What do you mean by reset? Like
So
going with
sinking most of the world into the ocean and putting a select few on the ark. Did he have to make that choice because Emu wasn't going to stop at just defeating Joy Boy? Like, was Emu about to take over the entire planet?
That's an interesting thought. I never really thought about this. Maybe I'm missing something, but what happened to like the people on his side? Did everybody get annihilated, or did they just become slaves? Because we know the celestial dragons, they've existed ever since then.
Probably slaves would be my guess.
Because I'm like, what happened to other humans? Like, what? I know. Yeah, that's interesting.
He was friends with a robot. He was friends with an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
He was seemingly human, but we don't know. I don't know. He could be anything. But Lunarians.
And then the D clan. How the hell did that pass over to next generation? That's a really interesting.
They had to be on the boat. Can we get 2 tickets for D-Land, please? Pause.
And then they just passed down the name through family. So he saved his crew then because they have their descendants with that name.
Yeah, it had to be some sacrifice, but I just kept thinking when I read that line that he passed down the weapons, but also we learned that the weapons were used to sink the world. So maybe this is like a last-ditch effort, because if Emu is immortal, like we assume Emu to be, whether through devil contract or that's just what you are, or the immortality surgery was performed on you, I don't know.
You know, something I just thought about that's so random. What if Katarina Devon is the one that destroys Fishman Island? Because she turned.
Oh.
Or what if they're looking into the past accidentally, and Joy Boy was the one that did it, the first Joy Boy.
See, that's the thing. If Joy Boy initiated the end of the world as we knew it, then yes, he would look like a destroyer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if is her name Shaki?
Yeah, I think Shaki is Rayleigh's wife.
I thought her name was Shaka.
Oh, Shaka's the number one Vegapunk's the good one.
Damn it! Oh, what's her name? I don't know.
Something like that. But she's
anyway. I don't know if she knows the difference, because we just saw the silhouette, and obviously Joy Boy's silhouette looks almost identical, 1-for-1 to Luffy.
Ah, man, Oda, you're just amazing, man. Ain't nobody can write a story like this, or at least they won't have the time to do it, or the commitment. They won't commit to it.
This is 30 years of his life, damn near.
Yeah,
that's how old I am. My entire life, he's been cooking this.
Wasn't even a goddamn thought. Like this guy. Like, of course, every mangaka's gonna have their mistakes, things that aren't that doesn't work.
He's not perfect.
Yeah, he's not perfect, but like
what he does sense. Right, he cannot be rivaled.
Yeah, he really can't. Like, truthfully, he really can't. Like, I know a lot of people always want to say this and that, or this person, but did they do it? No, he's the only one that's doing it like this, to this extent, at least for a shonen series. Nobody else has done this other than, like, Naruto's close, but One Piece, we're 1,100 chapters into the story, and we're going to end around, what?
I would say 1,500.
Yeah, so...
And the thing is, this arc has made me fall in love with the series all over again. I want to do a reread. I've never read the entire series from front to back.
Same.
I've watched the anime up until like Wano, and then I hopped into the manga, but I've never read the manga from start to finish. And this arc has done something special. I do have very fond memories of Whole Cake Island and Dressrosa, but depending on how these last few chapters play out, this could easily be my favorite post-time skip arc from the series.
I think it might be my favorite. because it doesn't drag. There wasn't really like a part in here where I was like, there might have been like a chapter like reading weekly where I was like, okay, it's still cool, but it's just whatever. But most other arcs in post time skip, there's always like a long stretch where I just did not rock with it. Even Dressrosa, that's my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care about the Kairos and Rebecca storyline. I mean, initially yes, because it's like, damn, that's fucked up, but it got dragged so much. At least in the anime, I didn't. But I've always felt like that for different arcs. But Egghead, I didn't really feel like that. It's.
I think Water 7 will always remain my favorite.
Yes, it's solidified in my top. Is it top 3? It's definitely top 5. Is it top 3? It was my favorite in pre-time skip for a while. And the Saboti ended up becoming my favorite. And it kind of shifts when I read or rewatch.
I get it. I just love what this series has connected back. It's made me feel more positively about previous arcs in the series that I never felt that kind of. It's almost like nostalgia at this point.
Yeah,
like
it really did.
Thriller Bark. I enjoyed it. Obviously, it has my second favorite moment from the entire series with Zoro. And Kuma being so integral to so many different arcs.
That's why Saboti, bro, like it makes it even better for me.
I can't wait to rewatch that or reread it.
My goodness. That was a connector arc right there. Introducing us to new people, challenges. Like, it was... I'm still... Okay, this is... Going back to, like, the God Valley stuff. I'm still so... Like... Shanks... And the girls, they obviously know Shanks is... they know him. Like, he meets with him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He stopped the damn war. Akainu didn't do nothing to him because he know who he is. He knew who he is. He didn't try to fight him. He stopped. I mean,
where are you going?
But what I'm saying is that, like, the fact that Roger got him, I'm sure that the world government knew about it. Garland probably knew about it. So what happened? Why? Like, they had to have been new because they know who Roger is. I'm sure they've seen the little redhead boy on the damn ship, at certain times. Whether it's like a Cyberpol agent, probably, looking at Roger, seeing what they doing. And reporting back, oh yeah, there goes the kid. Like, why did they allow him to be there? Were they scared of Roger? Like, okay, we're not gonna try to fight him over it. Like, or what happened initially on God Valley? Did they let him take him, or did he just find him? Because it said that he found him, but they never thought to retrieve him. And then Shanks, I'm guessing Roger told Shanks because obviously he had to have known if he's meeting with the girl. Saying it seems like he does this quite often as he got older, especially after Roger's death. So what?
I don't know.
Did he join the Holy Knights briefly with like Mihawk or something when he was like a teenager?
Or is he like a lost son that has now returned home?
Probably. But it's just like, how did you learn? Like I said, I guess Roger told him everything at a certain age before he died. Probably like right before he died. Because Shanks was around like 17 at the time of the execution?
Give or take.
15, yeah. 15, 16.
He was in his teenage years.
Yeah. So he probably did tell him. I guess you would have to, because that can definitely help him. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you this because it could save your goddamn life. Like, you're free to roam. Also, I mentioned this earlier. Going back, because I was watching Marineford recently, the fact that he met with Kaido the day before Marineford, and
was able to get there.
What the fuck is he doing?
How was he able to get there that quickly?
I don't know. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is bro doing?
And we start introducing clones. We start introducing magic. We start introducing devils, potentially. How does it all interconnect inside of Oda's web of mystery?
Man, if Oda really nails it with the stuff that we've been talking about, being excited and anticipating for, this shit will probably be my top one solidified until we see the end of Undead Unluck now. But it will probably be solidified. Or not top one, top two because AOT. But potentially, if like he really just nails everything. Because what we're talking, I don't think the stuff that we're theorizing is that far fetched, really.
He has just set himself up for success, and that takes skill as a writer
for this big of a story too. Jesus.
And for me, it's just a level of consistency. He has kept up. There, granted, like you said, no author is perfect. He's made his mistakes. He's had some lull times. But even I was like, Long Ring Island is making a comeback. I was like, what?
Foxy and bro. Don Krieg in the New World. Shout out to them, man. That's dope.
I'm so glad you pointed that out because I just kind of skipped over that. At a certain point, I was just like, I just want to keep going. But yeah, Don Krieg, all these callbacks, all these people that are getting this news that we've encountered on this journey. It's
immaculate. And everybody knows. That's why this war is going to be so big because people are going to join like, whoa.
And we haven't even talked about Luffy's Grand Fleet.
Right. Oh, I can't wait for that pull-up.
The pull-up, you know Yamato's going to be there. She's going to be on a ship.
Yep.
By the time she gets done with her pilgrimage. Man, and what's going on with, like, the Navy? What's going on with Emu? Celestial Dragons? Do they actually have a fighter? Is it that far-fetched to think that a Celestial Dragon could actually be nasty, though?
Well, technically... Well, I know the Gorosei is not... I mean, they technically... Are they, like, titled Celestial Dragon?
I think they're given the title, but I don't think they're of that race, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's just the Holy Knights. That's their fighters. But I feel like there might be some that's not a Celestial Dragon that somehow got the job. Maybe.
I mean, York was trying to get the title of Celestial Dragon, so who's to say who's not a Celestial Dragon?
Maybe Mihawk.
What's the secret? What's the secret of Mary Joie? Is it the people underneath? Is it something else? Is it Emu? Is it Emu's chamber? I could just keep asking questions for hours on this series as I keep remembering things because my memory's not great these days, but there's just these little things that pop into my head and I make these connections.
Man, could it be Flames? Like, Eye Patch Man, and there might be. I think there's still 2 Rocks members that we don't even know if they're alive or dead because we did get one that was at the
Silver Axe.
I think so. No. What's his name? Wang Ji or something like that.
Oh yeah. The
but
Chinese,
he died. I think Blackbeard killed him or some shit. But
I think so.
but yeah, you're right about the Silver Axe, and then Captain John, I think, or something like that.
That sounds about right.
And even Gold Lion Shiki, I believe Oda did say that he was going to introduce him to. I think.
I mean, the movie stuff, it's not canon. It's cool that he's in there, but that is not the resolution of his story.
So, who knows, man?
And I know I hate to say this because at this point it feels better if they're not coming back. But Kaido and Big Mom, they were both on the crew as well. And that's to say if Rox is not alive. Rox could be alive and just throw a wrench in everything.
I still really want to see Katakuri be the new leader. But change the Big Mom.
I would too.
His own.
You know he's my boy.
To pull up and help Luffy. And for Kaido,
King.
Yeah.
Lunarians.
Matter of fact, I think it would make Kaido even cooler. Like, I'm sure King will talk about him even more again, and it'll be some cool dialogue there.
Okay. Final thing we can discuss here real quick before calling it quits for the night. What do you think now that it has officially been revealed about Bonnie having this form, and I know this information? Do you feel better about it than when you first read it? Have you had some time to digest it? Do you dislike it more now? How do you think it works? What do you think the implications are? Just kind of spitball a little bit for me, please.
So initially, I remember people didn't like it because they just didn't want her to be OP, but that was never my issue whatsoever. So that's their opinion. But mine was that I didn't like it initially because I thought that you're the Luffy situation all over again, and we just had it in Wano, right? Like you're going from one devil fruit, or at least we thought it was one thing, and then now as a whole other thing with it. And hers make like I said, Garcia did say it in your last stream. He said it of what it is because we never really got it. You said in the SBS, Oda mentioned it, so now that's starting to make me think back to what I initially thought. I have a problem, or at least I'll just say this: Oda, don't do it again. Because you did it with Luffy, now you're doing it with Bonnie. Don't do it again. I want Devil Fruits to be established with the character when you first meet him, like every other Devil Fruit in the series. And you can have awakenings to it that make sense. Like her power is literally two things at once. It's imagination based mixed with aging. When we initially thought it was just aging, now we're like, oh, you can imagine it, and you can somehow use the abilities because she literally used Luffy-like abilities with that. Like buffing up your arm is very much a Luffy thing. The Nika-ish future.
True.
Like that was also my problem. Like you can imagine somebody. I'm imagining I'm Gear 5. But if I'm me myself saying that right now, I can imagine myself as Gear 5 just like Luffy. Okay? But what does that mean? How are you able to use the abilities too? Or you're also able to envision that future with you using all the abilities? Like how? Then again though, you know what I will say? It's not like she has been doing all the other shit he was doing, like making baseball bats and doing all this shit. She really just moved, like making her body bigger and distorted.
And had a
like
single punch.
Yeah, so that's actually not far-fetched because if we were seeing Luffy and we had her ability, we'll be able to do that too because we're seeing them do all that shit, but not the other stuff that's a little bit more complex.
I don't want to say counter, but what I'll say in retort to that is, and I think I mentioned it last stream, even if it was a brief little statement, I feel like the Nika Devil Fruit has some sort of resonance capability to where it can enhance, increase, it can alter, it can bring to the very apex of a Devil Fruit's power just like by being in proximity to it.
Like the Marks and Demon Slayer with Tanjiro?
Yes. So the reason why I say that is because we know that this armor only really came to life once Nika's heartbeat was the drums of liberation. And then the same thing with Zoe. Zoe was seemingly able to move in a direction of Wano or just kind of have a homing beacon.
It makes people dance too, you know, the whole dance and rhythm,
the giant,
the laughing, and even in Skypiea,
Kuma,
the campfire, like
Skypiea,
even though that was like back then, but yeah, Kuma was doing the same dance. So
I just feel like the either it's Joy Boy itself or the Nika fruit has the capability to enhance other people. And that might mean for Bonnie that she gets a pseudo Gear 5 form.
Oh.
It could mean, I don't know, you have stronger armament hockey. What are you thinking now?
Well, okay, so I'm thinking about the origins of the Devil Fruits. I'm thinking that the Devil Fruits are created through, so you got all these people that probably passed away already, that's buried in the ground. They are like their wills or souls are like resonating. Like say Joy Boy planted a seed or something, and that seed
over each person's coffin.
Okay. Yeah, and it's literally creating the Devil Fruits. Because going back to what Vegapunk said, he was saying how, like, you know, Devil Fruits and wills and saying stuff like, think of, like, for example, like if somebody, I think he said it, like Imagine if you want a jacket or something, and then now that's what the jacket devil fruit is from Old Boy. Like,
oh yeah,
different things that these people
good tie-in.
died. Like even think like kids, for example. That's like sad. But think of like a kid, like a teddy bear devil fruit, like a kid that passed away. Thinking about what they wish that they could have had when they were alive, and
sure,
that devil fruit is created. I think that would be so cool to see. Or even if he planted one seed and it's the big ass tree that makes the devil fruits, but all these people's wishes and dreams are within that tree.
It's utilizing imagination.
Yeah. I think
because if you can't even theorize what it is, then you can't bring the metaphysical to the physical. But maybe the devil fruit is the conduit to bring your imagination to life.
You know what I think too? I think the strongest of wills are people who have like a conqueror's hockey. So we're definitely going to see an Ace with Sabo type apparition or some shit like that appear. I can see that already.
Yeah.
We'll probably see Whitebeard talking trash to Blackbeard talking about I told you you weren't the one. Oh my, I need something like that, please. I love Whitebeard. Oh man, we need stuff like that. I would really love that. People that already passed away, that they're able to essentially resonate with. Bruh, I need that.
Again, it's going to be like Undead Unluck with the souls. But
oh, wait a minute.
What?
So, I don't know. This is really random. But, okay. So, think about, say Big Mom's dead, right? And we're going to Elbath next. I know that usually, what they say, devil fruits respawn, was it random or like the next? I forgot. What was it again? Like after somebody dies? How does
I'm not too familiar with the specifics, but basically a devil fruit will manifest after someone's passing. In a fruit.
What if it happens on Elbath just because it's poetic? It happened on Elbath. What if somebody ends up getting her fruit on that island?
So, and again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here. I feel like she is alive, and the reason why is because of Nami in this read-through. She used Zeus, and Zeus has a piece of Big Mom's soul. It doesn't have a piece of Nami's soul in it. So unless the soul can be self-sustaining outside of a person after her soul fruit creates it, then I don't think she's dead yet. Because if her soul truly does reincarnate into a new devil fruit, if she were to die, I feel like that would also cause all the other homies to go back with her.
That makes sense. I definitely can see Oda bringing her back because he's going to make her like, they're going to say something about like the lava shed some shit like fat under her skin and she's going to look hot again. I already see it. I already see it. I'll be the moment. I already see it.
Oh man.
He's going to do that 1000%. Matter of fact, she might end up somehow being on the Elbath. I don't know how, but she probably will be here. Who knows? And they're going to be like, Big Mom, what? And Zeus will be like, what?
Theoretically, she could have put her soul into the lava. Just saying.
True. Kaido, you bozo.
All right. On that note, guys, thank you, Vante, again for joining me. This has been a wonderful stream. Thank you to Gavin. Thank you to the other viewer or viewers that are still here or that showed up today. I sincerely appreciate it because I've been severely lacking on my own channel ever since I started focusing more on my dual channel with Vante, Moving and Clips. So yeah, I've just been out of the One Piece game for way too long, and this was such an enjoyable experience. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Last thing I'll say is that cheers for you catching up. We'll be back next week with the next chapter. And yeah, it is a perfect time for you to catch up because Egghead is essentially wrapped up now, or about to.
Pretty close. Yep.
On the LBAF next, that's gonna be fire. You guys already know we got a lot of content coming out, stuff that we already have done, stuff that we will be doing this summer going into the fall. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, also, by the way, all you people that are leaking this shit from the Don and some other anime from Netflix, stop it. That's like, come
that's
on.
how you end up in prison.
Like, what are y'all doing, man? Come on, guys, don't do that, please. They released an OP for the ED and like 12 episodes. What are y'all doing?
So they leaked the first 6 episodes, and then I think they leaked the second half of the first 12 episodes like today, or it's rumored to be leaked.
So stupid, man. People are just see, I'm with Jinbei, man, about the worldwide internet.
That could be a problem.
he was really not wrong. Vegapunk wasn't wrong either, but Jinbei definitely wasn't wrong. Like, yeah, my goodness. But that's all I got.
All right, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I don't really have an outro, but as Vante said, we will be back either on here or on Mugen Eclipse for another One Piece reaction. We might do some, dual content here moving forward, or I might just keep it on here and this just be my little baby for One Piece. But I do have a couple of theories in the cut. Have not had a chance to workshop them as much as I would like. But luck be a lady. That's all the hints you get. Goodbye.